So you watched some XFL yesterday. What are the rules and the differences between normal FL?
So the timing is different. So like in between plays, in the NFL there's 40 seconds. XFL there's 35.
Okay.
Some of the biggest changes they have is like the extra point. So like after you get a touchdown, instead of you can't kick a field goal for an extra point. Now you can kick field goals for 3 points as like, a field goal. But with the XFL, you have a chance to get up to 3 points. You can start at the 2.5 yard line. You get one play to get 1 point, 5 yard line to get 2 points, 10 yard line to get 3 points.
Okay.
So if you're in a 9 points is a 1-score game basically.
Damn.
And the way they kick off is different. So
you don't have to like count down 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi when you go to rush the quarterback.
No.
That's a joke.
So like they can hit harder, they can talk shit and taunt. Like in the NFL, they flag them and shit.
That's fun.
And what are some other rules, man? The halftime's shorter. There's like a chip in the ball, so like they're like, did it get across the goal line? They're like, let's check. The way that they review plays is different. So like, you get to hear the head ref that's up in the sky talking about what he's seeing. You're seeing what he's seeing. He's calling it out. And then, like, the coaches are mic'd up, and you're hearing them call the plays. So it's pretty cool.
Is it chipped? Like, does it tell you how fast that guy threw the football? Or, how far? I mean, obviously, how far is one thing, but, like, I want to know speed.
Yeah, I mean, they have that in the NFL, like, not on the ball, but on the players. They have the chips in their pads to see. They'll be like, he ran 22 miles per hour. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm not a huge sports fan. I was, like, skiing and skateboarding when I was growing up.
Yeah, I'm going snowboarding for the first time March the 2nd. Yeah, and I grew up skateboarding too. That was like my childhood for the longest time.
You grew up in Alabama,
Mississippi.
Yeah,
the football. One Mississippi. I thought that's why you were making that reference.
No, I thought. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. I just remember counting down in elementary school.
Yeah, I don't know. There ain't another state that does that.
One Mississippi. It's just because it's a long ass.
1 Pennsylvania.
Yeah, 2 Idaho, 3 Idaho. Idaho could maybe do it just because they're redneck enough.
And they need help counting.
Pennsylvania is a pretty long one. I feel like.
Pennsylvania. I'm trying to think of other
Massachusetts.
I
can't even say that one.
I can't spell it. That's for damn sure.
I was saying that.
Wait, so they're all mic'd up on the field,
the
though?
Players and the coaches. Yep.
That's wild.
Is there a lot more like? Is it edited, like censored?
Yeah, because there has to be a little delay because they caught one earlier that the commentators apologized about it
already.
It was funny. Yeah. It was funny, but that's what I like about it. And they do like like say you just throw a touchdown, whenever you go to the sideline, the reporter's right there like talking to you right after you do the touchdowns.
That's fun.
So you get like the live reaction, like somebody who hadn't played football in a while.
Yeah.
Then they open a Patreon where you pay for the extra ones, the uncensored content.
You can do Patreon where you're like,
you know what I mean?
Uncensored XFL. You just hear a lot of N words.
Yeah, I mean that's the one word that got through today.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I always thought about it like if I was on the field, like they'd be like talking shit. I'd be like saying sweet nothings.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna fuck you.
Flirt with them.
Yeah, like you're sexy, dude. The way, like you know what I mean? Like really get in their head like that.
Size up their package,
dude. Like straight up, like sexually harass another football player. Like a football player is not going to get Me Too'd by another football player. Yeah. It's impossible.
Well, or especially if
that's offsides.
Especially if they're not mic'd up. Like then you're like, what did he say? And they're like, he said he's going to butt fuck me. And you're like, how do you gonna prove that? Yeah. And then you're just standing there like, did I or did I?
Yeah, in the NFL they probably funny, but like, dude, that's what I would do. Like people would be like, oh, bro, you can't stop me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to stop you. I want you to be harder and faster.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going, daddy.
I know. I like to see how homoerotic I can get fantasy football conversations before like those get turned down. Dude, you're fantasizing about these men? Like 12 of them? No way.
I'm lining up this backer.
Yeah.
Me and my brother used to play this game as the penetration game. And and
sounds crazy.
It's fun, man. No, it's just you take a shot every time the commentator says penetration or penetrate. Boy, we did that a couple times, and you just
that's a trick,
dude. You get sick. You get sick, man. You get sick.
Basketball's pretty erotic too, where you're like taking it to the hole, jamming it full. It's like, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah.
My dad had a friend that played football, and he would say that they would put things on their fingers, like gels and powders, so that they would reach into the face masks and try to get it into people's eyes.
Yeah,
and like shove it in their mouths and shit.
That's hot.
That's what,
It was lube.
That's literally what we're talking about right now.
It's been on football. Yeah, well, I think the interview right off of the lines is pretty tight because one of my favorite moments was when Richard Sherman, when the Seattle Seahawks made it into the Super Bowl for the first time or whatever, and she's like, and he just blocked a pass, and she's like, "Oh, how was that?" He's like, "You put me up against a sorry receiver,
like Crabtree." Yeah, I've seen that, dude.
Screaming at this white woman, and she's like,
So that's why the interviews right after a play in the XFL are awesome because they did the XFL in 2020. This is the first year it's back. And
I remember when it died at COVID.
Yeah, and I remember there was this player coming off, and they were asking him how he felt. He's like, "Man, no one out here is doing their fucking jobs. I'm out here busting my fucking ass for no reason." I'm like, "Yes, dude, yes."
You get to vent with adrenaline still involved too.
And then you have to look back on that after the play like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm not getting signed to the NFL just because of that."
Literally, but it is.
I did find that clip.
I did. What?
Do you want to hear real quick the Seahawks?
Sherman.
Take me through it. Well, I'm the best corner in the game. Yeah. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're gonna get.
I just remember watching it live and was like, this poor white woman was no idea what was about to happen, and she was just like, "Hey, how you feeling?" He's like, "Ah."
He's just on this high, dude.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Well, it's especially because I watched The Rock's speech to it, the intro to the XFL.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You get a second chance. You get a second chance. Let's do this." And I was like, okay, these are just dudes who never played for or don't play anymore or whatever.
Well,
get re-signed or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, it's either people that just got out of college that didn't get drafted, or a lot of them are ex-NFL players. Majority of them are people who played a season or whatever. Because the average lifespan of an NFL player is career is a half a season.
Yeah.
Fact check me on that. I don't know if that's true.
For sure. I'm a big fan of. I watch bare knuckle boxing.
That's hard.
Just because it's the low budget UFC where a guy that's from Wyoming comes out and is like, "Kid, you guys ready?" It's he's fumbling. He's wearing a stupid ass.
He's drunk, dude.
Yeah, he's doing crowd work. He's like, "Look at this broad," and you're like, "This is tight as fuck."
Yeah.
And then they go out, but it is these UFC fighters, or at least some of them, who are I don't know, didn't make it anymore. And they quit after they break their hand. They're like, "Dude, I just broke 3 knuckles on this dude's forehead. Yeah. I'm not going to continue."
Dude, there's been some guys.
But it's a payday.
Yeah. There's this fighter who, in the UFC, he was on the Panthers, I do believe, in the NFL. And he has not had a great career. But he helped sell tickets,
Yeah, for sure.
He helped sell tickets for the UFC.
That's the thing is, UFC is one of those funny ones where I don't pay attention to it. I've been getting into even watching old ones when I'm trying to do shit around the house. I'll just put one on from 95 before they had legitimate rules, and I'm like, this is dangerous. These two dudes, you throw a couple glass bottles in there and a chair, it's a full-on match.
Yeah. I was talking about this the other day, man. I want to, because baseball's boring as hell, right?
Yeah.
It's for boring as hell. I wanted to go back to the times where they're all doing steroids. I want a steroid league. And my favorite part about baseball are the baseball players' asses. They have really fat asses.
And it's those pants.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how can we get the ratings up? I think we need to put baseball players in booty shorts and make them do steroids.
Hooters uniforms.
Right, exactly. Would you rather go to a baseball game, normal, or would you go to one where they're on steroids and wearing booty shorts?
Yeah. Well, what's that? The Savannah Bananas?
On the back of the pants it says juicy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, juice.
Just fat. I feel you should be able to acquire a point if you hit him with a pitch.
Yeah.
You can get defensive points.
They have the juicy fruit cam. You know what I mean? You hit his ass with the ball.
What's that minor league team? The
Bananas.
The Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas.
I don't know anything about it, but that's cool.
No, it's it's not minor league. They completely changed the rules of baseball and made a separate game.
They're pretty much like the Harlem Globetrotters
Yeah.
of baseball, where they will do all these dances and
they do
spin
snazzy
around
things,
and-
come out with like a flaming bat on or whatever.
That's fucking metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. It's on. They did like a season, like a documentary season on like Amazon or something.
I need to check it out because they need to make baseball more entertaining.
This one
man.
you would like because dudes will come
I
out
know
or
it's-
they'll like.
It hasn't slapped since Bad News Bears.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like that movie was the last thing I enjoyed baseball.
Yeah. Bad News Bears was good.
Benchwarmers.
The new season of League of Your Own. No, I didn't. But Basketballs was pretty tight.
That's true. Matt and Trey.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
They did a movie or something.
They did a movie called Basketballs where it was basketball mixed with baseball.
It's the funniest shit.
Yeah, and
it has
so
to
you
be
could
if it's those guys.
Oh yeah, it's fucking gold. And
It's
it's so like
hilarious.
if you haven't seen it, it's like produced by Mel Brooks. Like the legends are in this movie.
Oh, dang.
And it's like these dudes who are just crushing it at the time with South Park and everything else. But so you get to shoot from like the 3-point line, but someone's allowed to like make fun of you or try to juke you out while you're like taking the shot. So you can like hit a single, you can hit a double, or you can hit like a home run from like half court or whatever. And then you get to run the bases, but somebody's like trying to make fun of you the whole time and they're like doing crazy shit.
I needed to watch
Dude,
this, man.
you'll like it. It's
Joey
funny
Diaz
too
is in
because,
it?
yeah, there's
That's
a
awesome.
shit ton.
Matt and Trey also star in it too.
Yeah,
they're
they're the
actually
lead
like
roles.
the actors
Acting,
in it.
That's
yeah.
great, man.
And it's funny too because like they're like talking about how like sports are dead, and they started in the beginning they were like that's when football tried to combine with like baseball, and it just shows like a dude hitting a guy in the middle of nowhere in the field as he's like trying to catch a ball. But it's
That's great.
it's funny too because you have to watch it.
I'm gonna check it
I'll
out.
give you homework. You,
So but you used to skateboard,
Yeah.
yeah.
dude. That's tight.
Evan
We
Don't get 'em
both still
started.
skate.
Yeah. Y'all still skate?
Yeah.
I can still hit a kick flip first try.
First try.
Yeah, dude, I ain't scared of nothing.
Wait, if I bring in a board right now,
No,
Yeah,
we're not
bring
doing
it in.
kickflips in here. It's
I ain't
loud as
scared.
fuck.
that would be tight.
Speaking of skating,
It would
we
be
have
the
this,
first kickflip I've recorded on a podcast. That would be so cool.
I'm in boots, dude. I don't know how this would work.
We had this fucking kid, Andy, who was like state wrestling championship, would show up in his like lifted Ford truck and his like shit kicker boots, and he would skate with us for like 3 hours. He did early grab backflips out of the pool, so he would just be like mobbing through the park, and then just a weird ass backflip where you're like, what the fuck was that?
This guy literally sounds like me. I'm out there in
Yeah.
my lifted Chevy Silverado.
For
I'm
sure.
like,
Silverado.
yeah, dude. Why do I drive a Silverado? That's simple. I don't suck dick. It's one of the best fucking videos, if
Isn't
you
that
know what
like
I'm talking about.
YouTube?
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
I do remember the Silverado.
Yeah. It's rain off tornadoes.
Oh, Mississippi, huh?
Yep.
What was Mississippi like growing up?
It was chill, man.
Are you from
Yeah.
a big city in Mississippi? No.
Doesn't seem like it.
Nah, man.
I'm gonna say it right off the bat. You do look like Theo lived in a Vaughn. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, dude, I get that a bunch. I mean,
Yeah.
not that exact thing, but
No.
you know,
Not that clever.
not that
but-
clever. You know, they'll just be like, "Dude, you look like Theo," and I'm like, "Bro, I had a mullet when I was a child."
Dude, when I was
That's
in high
Austin's whole thing is hack bits really clever.
Yeah. Yeah, clever hack. That's what they call me. When I was in high school, I had hair that's probably like, it was a little bit longer than yours is now, but it was like a full head of hair.
Hell yeah.
And I went to school with like a bunch of just like rednecks to where like I did it one day. I just like went home, was like, Mom, I want you to shave the sides and cut the top short. She's like, you want a fucking mullet? And I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah, you do.
And then I fucking rocked it tough.
It's
Where,
powerful,
like,
dude.
Yours is like got volume too. Where I
Yeah.
had like big curls.
Yeah.
And like every day in science class, it would get braided into like cornrows, get braided into like other weird shit.
Hell yeah.
It looks like you should stick your head out of your Silverado.
Yeah.
Like just let
Yeah.
the wind take me. Yeah, dude. I look like a fucking golden retriever.
I can
Yeah.
It's
see it.
volume. When you show up to the mic, I'm always like, damn, that's fucking cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's fucking cool.
I'll have people come up to me just like random places and be
Yeah.
like, dude, sick hair. I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Are you a fan of Theo?
Yeah.
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 This past weekend's like one of the only podcasts that I actually listened to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't listened to the podcast in a while, but you know, I lived down in New Orleans for a while, and you know, I went to one of his shows once, and I was like, dude, that seemed like me and this guy would
Yeah.
a lot alike. You know,
He's well, and it's like a weird form of honesty. That's what this whole podcast is about. Is just like being honest.
Yeah.
Like I've always just wanted to live that lifestyle of just not not hiding or behind anything or like making shit up.
I've heard Theo makes everything up.
Well, and I'm
just messing with
some
you.
of it he has to. There's
it's
way
funny,
that,
dude. Who cares?
There's no way that he's like committed to that hard. I mean, there is there is stories where I'm like laughing hysterically because I'm like, it's too detailed to not be true.
Yeah.
Like the way he delivered it. There's too many weird details.
But it's too good to be written.
How long have you been dabbling in comedy?
Coming up on, I think it's 4 years now. Yeah.
4 years. Okay,
Yeah.
tight.
I think it's 4 years now.
How long have you been in Denver?
I've been here for 8 months, but I've been gone more than I've been here.
Okay.
It's like pretty much as soon as I moved here.
Because you're on tour right now.
No, I start tour Wednesday.
You start tour on Wednesday?
Yeah, and I got off tour on Christmas Eve, and I haven't had a show since.
Okay.
So
tight.
that's been
That's been
a
nice,
break.
probably.
It's been awesome, man. It was a 4-month tour. It was like 3.5 maybe, but I was doing festivals right before it. We hit 45 shows in 3.5 months.
Jesus.
And it was my headline tour, so it was just a lot of planning.
Moving
a lot.
pieces.
Yeah, a lot. But it's just like my focus on it is a lot more than like this tour. I'm going on tour, big, gigantic, and I'm going to be on their bus. So it's just like it's super chilled. They have their own stage crew setting everything up. So I just have to wake up and I'm already at the venue and play. So that's super easy.
Yeah, it's similar with comedy. Like when you're producing a show, it comes with all this weird energy where you're like, I want everyone to do well, want the room to be God, all this other shit. And then when you're doing time, you're like, I got fucking 15 minutes
I get
burn.
to show up and just burn it down.
Yeah, I'll just fucking, and then I could leave if I want to.
Right, exactly. Yeah, my tour, it was just, so much planning with my agents, my manager, tour manager, like little details on everything. And this, I don't have to bring my tour manager, nothing. I'm just
hanging out.
Yeah, I'm not even bringing merch. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna come hang out.
I've seen them like 3 times. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're dope, man. They're good people, really great people.
That's sick. That's a good opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, I guess for the podcast listeners, we'll get into it. This is TVBOO. Taboo. My bad. I'm sorry. I think your Instagram threw me. Isn't it
It's spelled like TVBOO, yeah.
Yeah, TVBOO.
Well,
I think I was going to tab.
Austin can't read.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic as hell too,
Dude,
man.
I got an Idaho public school system.
Dude, I got a Mississippi public education system, and I'm dyslexic, dog.
I got GED, so we're about right there.
I at least got my diploma, dude. So shit, you're fucking dumb, dude.
I know. I am well aware. I try to tell people, and they don't believe me. I'm like, bro, I got credits. I got bad credits.
I have good credit.
Yeah. It's working there. It's working there.
You want to do a little intro music real fast?
Yeah, if you want it. We just randomly play it. Usually I do it like the last minute, and then we play the out song. So, but...
Hit it with the freestyle, Austin.
Yeah, no, wait. Well, it might have... Does it?
No.
Oh. We have this, disabled. There's this guy in the comedy scene. He's just super weird.
And he's disabled, is what you're. That's what you're about to say.
No.
You got scared, dude. You're talking about being honest on this podcast.
He's really not. That's why I think I didn't. Because he's really not. He's just maybe one too many concussions. He's like a weightlifter meathead. He did the intro song once.
Oh hell yeah!
It was dope as fuck because it was just like, come in, we're open. Yeah, he didn't know what was going on. We actually confused him very much so.
Nice.
We confused him very much so.
I've been confused my whole life, man.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I was going to ask, so you said you spent time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you go straight from Mississippi
to New Orleans, yeah, and then from New Orleans to here.
No shit. Okay. And New Orleans was just to find a bigger scene?
Yeah, man, I was doing music out in Mississippi since I was a young teenager.
Yeah, how'd you get into music?
So
I'm assuming that was in Mississippi, right?
When I got into music, I started playing the drums when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
And I started playing in bands when I was started playing shows, and when I was 13, started touring around 14.
Holy shit.
And I did the whole
with a bunch of other teens?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, a bunch of other. I was always the youngest, I feel like.
If you were 14 going on tour. Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, just a little run through Louisiana and Texas and stuff like that.
Playing dive bars and...
Yeah, nothing, wasn't doing no nationwide. I mean, we're in a...
But someone had to be organizing the gigs,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, it was all the bands, I was in the metal scene, right? So it was a lot of just hitting up promoters and getting that worked out like that, just DIY tours.
Hell yeah.
And so, yeah, I was a drummer. and did that for a long time. I play guitar, piano, and then I think around about 8 years ago, I got into music production because, it was like the same story every time I was in a band, man. I'd start a band. We'd spend a lot of time writing an album, spend a lot of money recording that album, and we'd go do a tour, and the tour wouldn't do well, and then everybody wanted to quit. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And I did that so many times, played with so many different bands, so many different lineups, until I realized once I found dance music, I was just like, wait, I can make music, I can express myself by myself and don't need to, because I was always the organizer.
Relying on a whole squad to show up when everybody knows musicians are not the most like...
No, they're not. And I was always the one organizing it. Like we always had band practice at my house. Like I was always like I was always kind of like the manager of the bands. And I realized I didn't have to do that anymore, and I fell in love with music production.
You only have to rely on yourself,
right? Right, and I don't have to, just only write once or twice a week for like 2 hours. I can write every single day for 8.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And you hold yourself accountable in that situation. If things don't get done, it's not like, well, I couldn't have.
It explains the comedy too. Yeah, I feel like I've always been obsessed with comedy because it's me against it. Yeah. It's like I'm even skateboarding. I mean, I skied my whole life. Like those are all individual expressions, art forms, sports that I've been into, Yeah. But it is like you against the world.
Yeah, no, man.
Fucking conquer.
And now that was, and I just fucking became obsessed with it. I'm still obsessed with it to this day. I spend so much fucking time in front of a computer just
making music.
Making music, man.
Yeah.
That's tight. That's tight as fuck.
And how do you get into, is that still in Mississippi?
Yeah, so this was all in Mississippi. In Mississippi, I was a promoter for a while, too. I started throwing shows.
So, yeah, especially if you were younger, seeing that whole side of the music industry, you see where all the business side is, and you realize that show business is like show and business. Promotion is a whole part of that whole world.
Yeah. No, I definitely felt like I had a head start on being a promoter just because I had done the whole music thing. So I started booking, other DJs and producers to come through locally? Mississippi. No, I was booking them out of New Orleans because I would drive to New Orleans to go see shows. Like we didn't have dance music shows. We didn't have that scene in Mississippi.
I imagine not.
There wasn't. I was literally the only one throwing those type of parties, and so.
But there was probably the audience for it, at least a little bit.
No, I mean we grew it. We did grow it because I was throwing. They were fucking awesome parties. Like I was throwing some really awesome parties with cool production, great lighting, great visuals and stuff like that. And words caught on, and we had to actually move up to a bigger venue, and we were able to do a lot more cool shit. But I was booking people out of New Orleans, and I felt like I just kind of hit my peak in Mississippi.
What has to offer.
Mm-hmm. And I remember I've played with, in some of my old bands, dude, I've played with some of the most talented motherfuckers and, some older cats. Yeah. And, I remember my old singer, his name's Kenny Davis, dude, and one of the most talented singers and songwriters I've ever met. And
you can just feel it off of the person.
Yeah, well, nothing happened with him because he stayed. And I mean, but he's also a guy that got fucked over by the music industry. He had a record deal lined up with I forget which label. It's a major label, and then that label stole one of his songs and gave it to this band Seether, if you know who they are. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I remember just seeing him and all the talent in the world, and just being like, man, I gotta go.
Wasted talent.
Exactly. And I was just like, man, if I want to really do this, I gotta go. So that's why I moved to New Orleans, because I felt like I had a little bit of an in with some people just because I'd been booking them. I knew some folks, and they had a really thriving dance music scene there. Yeah. And it seemed
so much of this game I feel like is networking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even comedy.
Well, and New Orleans is a big party place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's people dancing.
Yeah, dude. And they had a really big dance scene, dude. And so many acts coming through. They had it on music festivals. That's how I found dance music. I went to TVBOO Festival in 2013. I didn't know.
My first introduction to anything electric was at a festival. And it was a friend that was like, just come on. We're going to take a lot of drugs and you're going to learn to love this. And it was like, holy shit.
And it was the best fucking time,
I didn't know you could feel music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that either, man. It's very powerful, man.
Yeah. It's like how you feel in a mosh pit. sometimes is the way that the woofers can hit you.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been to we like tried to do comedy at this little music festival.
That was pretty crazy.
We like ate a bunch of drugs and like put up our own tent, and so you'd like walk into this music festival and you'd look left, and if the light was on, you're like, oh, I know my friends are talking like into a microphone.
Could you imagine any of those festivals having a comedy tent?
Yeah, I've done that.
I was gonna say you've slung jokes in front of probably how many people you think?
I think the biggest crowd for comedy is about close to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
No shit, dude.
That's powerful. Laughs at that level are fucking powerful.
Well, people like, so I've done it at Wakan Music Festival twice, and I did it at Forbidden Kingdom Festival as well, and I'm doing it at a festival this year. I can't say it right now, but
nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's you know, I remember talking to my comedian friends in New Orleans when I was living there that we're doing this, and like they were like, "Is it during the day?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, you know, he's like, "This is gonna fucking suck." He's like, he goes, "It doesn't matter what you say up there or how your set goes, it's gonna be terrible." And it was the complete fucking opposite.
Yeah.
Because it was in the morning time. It was at noon, which is at a music festival. That's morning.
Yeah. 5 a.m.
Yeah. It's noon. There's nothing else in the festival going on other than me doing comedy.
You and ground scores being made.
Yeah.
You know, people just looking in the lawns.
Well, dude, what's cool is like people are just waking up and everybody got to start their day with comedy. Everybody got to start their day with laughing. Nobody's fucked up yet, so no one's heckling you. Everyone's super respectful.
And even if they are, they're like low energy from the night before. They're like, just give me some serotonin.
Yeah, but what's cool about it is literally everybody who came is there specifically to laugh. Yeah. It doesn't feel forced. They're not just walking around the festival late night and stumbling across it. And just coming across a comedy show. They're waking up, setting their alarms, saying, "Hey, let's go to the comedy show."
Kind of like those yoga.
Yeah, exactly.
Sessions, right? The classes that go on. And
we did it. We did it after the yoga people every time.
Nice, hell yeah, dude. They're all relaxed and calm.
Yeah, dude, it was great, and I got to
fill them with giggles.
And the festivals, every time they ask me to do it, I'm like, I'll do it, but I want a budget so I can bring my other comedians and bill a sick fucking lineup. Bring comedians that are way funnier than me and just fucking rock that shit.
Well, and there's something different about a showcase, like of everyone doing 10 minutes and ripping, rather than someone going out and doing an hour. You know, you're like, I would rather watch 5 comics do 10 minutes each than some dude do 50. Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, I guess that depends on the comic, though.
Right.
Too.
Like, you're like, if it's Chappelle, I'm like, do 2 hours.
Yeah, and then he will. But
and he will.
At the same time, like, if it's a local showcase, I would rather watch people show up with their hottest 10 and fucking rip and have fun with the audience than come dry after 30 and be like, well, I got some new stuff I guess I can work on.
No, I actually wanted to bring that up to you, man. I'm doing a comedy show out here in Denver. I wanted to book you on it.
Let's fucking go.
I'll give you more of the details after the podcast, but
for sure. I'm always down, and especially like with a fresh audience or, I mean, whatever it is. I'm always, if you ever want to do, if you ever want to battle,
dude, I see you do that. That shit looks interesting,
it's
man.
Fun as fuck.
I'm really good at talking shit.
Well, and I think no matter what, you're entertaining on stage. Like, I've only seen a few of your sets you only come to one mic.
Yeah, dude.
And I also have to give you mad respect because you show up, you have this following, you have these other art forms, you have these other fucking grinds, and you fucking sit there, you support the room, you patiently wait your turn, you don't fucking...
Yeah, you give respect to it, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, you're more respectful walking into that open mic where I see you at than...
Some of the comedians that have been doing it.
Comedians in 2 months in who are like, when am I up next? How does this work? Why am I not going?
Yeah, I didn't want to... I try not to get too big of a head. Like, try to get an ego. Yeah. And it's easy to do whenever like you're seeing success, and like I see it all the time with other people in the music scene. I'm like, I didn't ever want to be that, but also like with comedy, I'm like, I'm new here. Yeah. Right. No one really knows me here. Like, I was hitting a bunch of mics before I hit my tour. That happened. I was hitting 3 a week out here.
For sure.
And then after the tour, I'm like, all right, I have 2 months off. Let me start writing the next record and get back in basketball shape and fucking do some comedy, And then one of the mics that I used to go on Friday nights, stopped doing it, and they, I enjoyed that one at Rise, but it got a little I hated having only like 3 minutes and like waiting 3 hours for 3 minutes, and that one was rough.
Fucking cheating.
Yeah.
I hate I mean, I'll talk shit. I don't care. But like, it always just feels like they gave it away to the fucking students, and the laughs are just like cheap. I mean, whatever. I'll say it.
Well, I would go do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then the Friday mic. Like I said, my time is super valuable to me, and I'm like, I don't want to wait 3-4 hours to do 3 minutes.
No one does.
Yeah. And so, I just found out about Quentin. He told me about his mic on Tuesday, so I'm going to go hit that on Tuesday.
That's it. I used to host that over I was the one that gave it to Quentin.
Oh, yeah. He's funny as hell, man.
Dude, and that's the thing is when it relates and it's fucking hitting home, it's fucking gold. But there's times where you like put them in the audience of a Highlands or crowd or like someone who's never suffered before.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is going on?
I know. That's why I love him so much. It's just like, he's literally one of my favorites I've seen out here just because he makes everyone so uncomfortable, and that makes it even funnier to me. Because like some of the stuff he's talking about is fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
I know.
It is like, it is just so funny.
And it's hard to make that stuff funny.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants to do. So like mad props for like keeping it up. And I've like given him like my advice where I'm like, maybe throw a couple silly ones in the middle there. And like
first time I saw him, he had his dead mom jokes.
Oh, he has 100 of them.
I know, and it completely split the room.
Yeah.
And it was the funny. I was dying, and my girlfriend, her mom's dead, and so she's fucking dying, dude. Like she literally is just rolling.
I watched it one night with Quentin at an open mic, and I mean, nothing but good words for Quentin Johnson. But my roommate, had suffered from losing both of his parents, and Quentin got up there, and my roommate was fucking rolling. Yep. Where I was like, dude, you are smashing right now.
Yeah,
he said once on the pod, he describes it as he wants the audience to not even know that they're the patient and he's the therapist, and he's like taking them through this emotional thing that they're not even aware that they're working out this thing that they haven't processed yet.
He is a boy of gold. A boy of gold. Yeah, Scruffy McMurphy's, dude. That's an open mic grind right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
He'll get you time for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hit it Tuesday, but
I'll come hang out. I stopped going because of trauma. With like old hosting.
Well, you yelled at the bartenders 1,000 times.
I would have a tantrum at least once a week there, and like yell at some drunk bar patron
regular
like that would just like decide to storm on stage, or someone like doing. I yelled at a fantasy football loss once where I was like, "Get the fuck!"
I mean, I've done that, man, at my shows, dude. Yeah. Just fucking people getting on a line. I'll stop the music and fuck with people all day.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. So, when you were starting in Mississippi, were your first sets at your house?
No.
Okay, but they were in a small venue. Because you say we got a bigger venue.
Oh, with me throwing events?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was throwing events at this place called Big Sleepy's in Jackson, in the city. And it was sold out at 125 people. Small fucking room.
And that was you performing?
Huh?
That was you performing?
That was me performing and also booking talent as well. I would put myself on these lineups, yes. Okay. I was selfish.
And that was, I mean, Bill Cosby show club, right? Big
Sleepies, yeah. That's funny.
And that wasn't in New Orleans, the Big Sleazy.
Yeah.
No, Big Sleepies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where the Cosby joke
okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I got it. But it was 125 people, and I remember like the first show, it was like 30 paid tickets. We were selling them for like $5 a ticket. You know, I'm losing money on the show just because I was bringing in dope sound. I was bringing in 3D visual mapping and CDJs and stuff.
Talented people too.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a good crew that I had accumulated over time to help run a great show. So I was losing money on those first couple, but then after 5-6 months of doing it, we had our first oh shit, we got 100 people in here, and then the next week we were sold out.
Start to make money.
Yeah, and then people were lined, and then we're like, hey, sorry, it's sold out. You know what I mean? And then so we're like, all right, we should go to a different venue. So we went from that to a 600 cap room.
That's right.
And it got a lot better after that.
Damn.
And you were still 19?
I was 19.
19?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And you did I remember you said on stage, did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to community college.
Tight.
Yeah. So I was doing all this while I was in school.
Yeah, that's what
and
I was
while
picturing.
producing, you know.
But I mean, I feel like that's a good network system too, where you're like, hey, come check out this show that's happening Friday. Like,
Oh, dude,
kids on campus.
I
and
would do
stuff.
that in high school. Like,
Yeah.
you know, whenever my band was playing stuff, I was always the
I
kid.
thought you were about to say in college you would go
Yeah.
to the high schools and be like, come on,
I mean, I
guys.
still go frequent high schools.
Yeah,
right
dude,
now.
honestly, like, they have the best, you know, crowds.
Yeah.
Fun.
It is funny going to shows that are all ages, and you're like, I did not dress like this when I was a teenager. Like, who are these? And anyways,
I did a comedy show in front of kids recently.
Oh,
There was
fuck.
a baby in the audience at the mic tonight.
That's amazing.
It was weird. I was like, they was like walking by, and I was like, sir, in the front, sir. And it was just a baby.
That's awesome. But no, I was doing the same thing in high school, man. I was always the guy at school handing out flyers.
Yeah.
I mean, I would lie to people. I would lie. I'd be like, dude, free drugs. You know, like I would straight up
Free drugs.
any like function, like social gathering that would go on in the city of Jackson. So we had this thing, Fondren's First Thursday. It's the first Thursday of every month. It was just like this big free, like, you know, just like a community festival or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And we'd set up a DJ booth.
It was on Thursday?
Yeah, on Thursday.
That's so funny.
And,
Every other city does First Friday, but not in Mississippi.
Yeah, we did First Thursdays, Fondren's First Thursdays, and
funny.
we'd set up like a DJ booth and have like flyers out, and I would literally walk around the whole place just handing out like 1,000 flyers. Like I'd buy like other people, like I'd be like, hey, I'll pay for your beer if you fucking hand out all these flyers and shit like that. Like it was a grind for sure.
Yeah.
And
It sounds like, I mean, you're still grinding for sure.
oh hell yeah, man, it don't stop.
Yeah.
I'm busier now than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've noticed, even just the small little bit of creeping I did on social media, where I was like, dude, this dude's fucking working hard.
That's why I moved here. I mean, the reasons I moved to Denver was it's the bass capital. Like this is the best scene in the
Is
whole
it?
country for bass music.
Tight.
And I wanted to grow my podcast
Yeah.
because everyone's coming through Denver. Everyone lives, you know, a lot of people live out here. And then I wanted to grow my comedy career.
For sure.
Every time I would come play in Denver, I would always come in a day early so I could go hit an open mic
Tight.
here in Denver and just
dude,
kind of
that's-
catch the vibe of the
Yeah.
place. And every time the mics were killer.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was a lot of really funny people. And I was like, I feel like if I move out here, I'm just going to be surrounded by more talented people. It's just going to push me to be better.
Yeah.
Damn. And so
Power to
how
you.
you were said this is the bass capital, that has to do with the audience out here. Like
Yeah,
people
oh, yeah.
move here for the music scene.
Oh yeah, I mean people travel here just to see a show.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because they're like, yeah, we'll go to Denver for the weekend. Fuck yeah, you know what I mean?
It's crazy the amount, like even the attraction that Red Rocks is. I mean, full on our biggest tourist attraction is fucking reefer. I swear to God, when I was waiting tables, I'd be like, "Oh, why you guys in town?" People would be like, "Weed." Yeah, I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, when I have friends come up here,
Yeah.
that's like we're
And
going
I've
to
smoked
dispensary.
weed- Yeah, I've smoked weed most of my life, and it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't travel for it. I could still get it back home. I guess. I don't know. It is a weird.
Yeah, it's like Reefer and Red Rocks,
Yeah,
which I actually just got.
reefer and Red Rocks. That's
Yeah.
your first. That's your first time at Red Rocks there.
Yeah, I know. I just
Reefer and Red Rocks.
I just
cool.
got a Red Rocks booking.
No shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let us know when.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
sneak in.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man.
That's like one. I had no idea, like the culture that like. I mean, I knew music, and I grew up with like punk rock and like just rock in general, I guess. But I had no idea that there was like a religion behind Fish and like the Dead until I moved here, and I'm like, these people are fucking bonkos crazy for this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like they can tell you when and where the song was played, at what time of the day, at what place in Colorado.
One of the funniest things I've heard about Fish fans is you can ask them what album to listen to, and they go, "Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
You have to just see them."
Yeah.
Like they don't even suggest an album. They're like, "There's no point.
Yeah.
That's not
Well,
Fish."
it's kind of the same with
And I know
dance
that's-
music,
yeah,
man.
I was gonna say I know that's completely different than your music, but I didn't
No,
know
not
there was,
really.
like,
It's
yeah.
the cultures are very, very similar,
they
right?
bleed hard over.
Super, yeah, they do, because with dance music, like obviously we're producers, right? We're producers before we're DJs. Like
Yeah.
we spend a majority of our time making music. But the thing is, you don't have to go listen to my album or another producer's album to go enjoy their sets, right?
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about dance music is, like when you go see a rapper, like you want to hear the songs you know, or like a pop singer or a band, right?
I mean, yeah, most music.
Dance music is the complete opposite. whenever a DJ is like, yo, this is some brand new shit, you see the crowd get more hyped.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whenever you go to a show 100%. And you're dancing, you love the stuff you don't know. You're like, oh, I've never heard this.
We're about to release this next week, and then the crowd goes nuts.
Or if the DJ just has nothing and you just hear unreleased music from all of his friends and the crowd's just like, dude, what the fuck is this? Yeah. It's a totally different vibe, but like in the same way.
I've heard people in the way that you were talking about saying like, at this festival I saw them do these things. I've definitely heard that with DJs plenty of times where they were like, I saw them at Halloween in 2009 and they did this brand new set. They had never touched any of that stuff before.
Yeah, I had this group of people come out to 7 stops in my last tour to chase one song, and on the 7th stop they got it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you tell them, or did they tell you ahead of time or anything?
No, they told me after, because I kept seeing them. Like, they were like, yeah, we're gonna see you a bunch on this tour. And I was like, hell yeah. So, like, I'd always make sure after the show to say hey to them or whatever. Yeah. And they finally heard the song they were chasing.
Wow.
So,
I can't imagine.
I mean, I guess that's similar with comedy. Like, you can't go out and do the same sets, like, to the same audience. You know?
No, yeah.
You, like, or even after like, someone releases a special.
Yeah, you have to do new shit.
Yeah, you can't be like,
unless you're Bert Kreischer and you just do the machine.
Well, that's just cheating.
The crowd eats it up.
I know. I watched him live one time, and all of a sudden, like, to close, he literally killed all the momentum in the room. He started Googling stuff on his phone. He's like, what's the next tag I need for this joke? And he just murdered the momentum that he had. And then right after that, he was like, when I was 21, I went backpacking through Europe. And everyone's just like, go, 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 go. So I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys. You've heard the story. You know what it's going to do. But, yeah, it is. I mean, props to him.
But, yeah, it's different. Like, I try to explain this to, like, my fans who come see my comedy stuff. Because a lot of, a lot of people like to record videos of like your new songs or of your sets. Like, I can't tell you how many of my sets are on YouTube or like videos of clips that are all over the internet. I have to explain to my fans, and especially ones who can't see the comedy show, they're like, someone record it so I can see it. I'm like, no, do not fucking record it. Because songs, you hear a song, you get hyped about it.
For sure.
You hear a joke, it's not as funny.
No.
You know what I mean? So, like, I have to kind of explain that to music fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and part of it's still, like, the element of surprise or the old misdirect or, like, whatever it is.
Well, and record it off of your iPhone is not how you want the song out there.
Right,
you can put it out there in a much better format, either with giant speakers live or, being streamed through a thing. At least that's much better than somebody just waving their phone across and it being knocked around and all that.
I'll tell you this, man. I fucking did comedy at Wakan Fest last year, and that was like the 2,000 people crowd, and I was gonna record that comedy set, so I could post some of the clips, some of the jokes that I was gonna retire. And so I got this guy who, records for DJs, and he fucking recorded me like I was a DJ.
Yeah.
He recorded from behind me. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded, dude?
I was just picturing a dude like swooping the front row too, where they're like, this guy's face, get the reaction of like the whole front row.
No, he just recorded behind me, and I get the video. I was like, what the fuck? I can't use any of this.
Yeah. Well, and comedy is one of those ones where there's a lot of stuff that I wish I would have recorded because I play with the audience a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll just like swing at them if need be.
You're great with crowd work. That's one thing I've noticed. Like even the other night, whenever like the room was sour.
Well, and I lost them immediately.
Yeah, but so you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to talk shit to y'all, and that was funny.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's like a I don't know, a safety net for me.
Yeah.
I'm more nervous to go up with new material than I am with no material.
I was going to say, what that was you angry at how it was going, and you said, I'm going to have my fun.
Yeah, and I did. I mean, I still had fun with it. It was whatever.
That's what I'm saying, is you were like, I'm going to enjoy this.
I lost them real quick, and then I'll bail. I mean, I'll bail on, you give me fucking 3 minutes on stage, I'll bail on my set immediately. It's a bad habit, is what it is. I've got no problem, 3 minutes of material, but I'll be like, oh, look at this dipshit. I'm like, I don't need to do my jokes.
Everybody was just shitting on the bald-headed dude.
Dude, well, and I didn't know that beforehand because I wasn't obviously paying attention.
No, you started it, dude. you literally started it.
I didn't realize
once you started it, like 3 other comedians did it.
Well, he's had his hair like that for 7 years, but tonight it was the only night he's really
shined it.
It was all you had that night.
Yeah, I know. I swung on that poor guy that was like before me went up and bombed and thought he had the best time of my life. I'm just, like I said, I think honesty is what I want in life. And so when someone I feel like doesn't even honest with what they just did, I'll address it. Yeah. I'll be like, let me tell you what you just did.
You bombed on the fucking comedian who just bombed.
Oh, yeah.
Like that wasn't embarrassing enough.
Yeah.
He brought all of his friends.
I know. Well, that's why I lost him immediately. If it would have been just
half the crowd was his buddies.
I know. And
I was like, wife
go fuck
left.
yourself.
I've stopped telling my fans that I do open mics.
Yeah.
Just invite them to showcases.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah, because I was listening to this guy on I think it was Kill Tony, and he was just like, "What's something they're asking him a question?" He's like, "Yeah, I learned not to invite friends to open mics."
Yeah.
Because they're always just gonna laugh because they love you and they think you're funny. So like when I first moved here, dude, and I would go to the mics, like I would pack out every fucking room.
We noticed.
Yeah,
I walk into the Monkey Barrel and I was like, "What the fuck is happening here tonight?"
And so like it happened at Rise, where like literally there was a line, they wouldn't let anybody else in the room.
That's hilarious.
And the host was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then the crowd told them, "We're here for Mitch," and I was just like, "Oh, great!" Now and then people were annoying the host, asking when I go up, and I just like I don't want that at all. So
I see what you mean by it makes you a better comedian to not have that assistance.
Yeah, I'd rather go to, like the other night where half the crowd was that guy's buddies and try to make them laugh when they're not there for me. You know what I mean? If they're there for you, they're just going to be more inclined to enjoy what you're doing.
Well, and I think that's respecting the art form.
Yeah.
You're like, I want an honest reaction. I want to perform for strangers. I don't want any like cheat codes.
Yeah.
Like there's no shortcuts in this weird little art form that we're a part of.
I know, and I felt like I was taking them for a bit, but then I won't say taking them. I was just, I just felt like I had it a little too easy.
Well, and it's different when you like put it up on your story or something and you're like, hey, I'm doing this. And then, a shit ton of people show up.
Yeah.
If I was to put up for my whatever 300 people that actually pay attention to what I'm doing, like no one's gonna show up.
That's what I'm excited about throwing this comedy show that I'm throwing. And gonna have you a part of it is like it's something that I'm actually gonna be promoting, and so we're gonna pack the fuck out of that room. No, I'm not even worried about it.
No, I wouldn't.
It's gonna be like the first room in Mississippi, dude.
Yeah,
right. You need a bigger venue.
Either. I wouldn't. Yeah,
we're going to after this one. We're going to I'm very confident in it.
It's like Jaws. Like we're gonna need a bigger venue.
Yeah, we're gonna need something. Like I said, there's something honorable about taking up multiple tasks or like goals. Like you have your podcast, your comedy goal, you have music in line, you're doing everything.
Well, I've always wanted to get into comedy, but I said once I get to a good spot with TVBOO where it's kind of coasting, right? I wanted to get into comedy, and I'd said it for years. I think even before I started doing TVBOO, but once I got to a good spot with TVBOO where I had a team and everything, like we had momentum, and like I could, I didn't have to be on every aspect of it all the time and be overly obsessive 24/7, where I could now I'm done working at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and I can go play basketball and I can go do comedy. But like as soon as I got to a good spot with TVBOO, I'm like, all right, now's the time to do it. Yeah. And I did it.
And Denver's a good place to grind and like to grow as a comedian. The whole reason I moved here was just to grow.
Yeah, the comedy scene here is fantastic.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't have any like ultimate goals, but I do want to become a funnier person. I mean, I have other goals, obviously, but not for Denver, really.
I'd say it's probably like one of the top five comedy scenes in the country. I mean, I started out doing comedy in New Orleans. Yeah. And it's a rough comedy scene down there. Like, there's working comedians down there that just aren't funny. And it's kind of nuts. Yeah, Nashville's awesome.
Yeah, Nashville, I was like, these guys are crushing.
Yeah, Nashville's fantastic.
12 people that I saw or whatever, I was like, this is smashing.
Yeah.
I was curious, okay, so like sometimes when you write a joke, you're like, this is going to crush. Like you get really excited about it and you want to tell it. Is it the same way with making a song?
fuck yeah, dude.
You're like, this is gonna fucking slap.
Well, it's kind of like, it's the same feeling, right? Whenever you go and tell a joke and it crushes, and it's like, there's not another high like that where you just walk off stage and you fucked it up. You get that same feeling. That's what I love about being a producer is you can get that feeling on stage with playing a new song, but I get that feeling in the studio by myself.
Yeah.
Like whenever I get done writing, like I started a new song yesterday, and it is fucking awesome. I'm stoked about it. I don't work on music on Sundays, so all day today I'm sitting here thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then so like tomorrow,
dude, you have such discipline.
I do. Man.
That's impressive.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a very scheduled and goal oriented man. I have a goal board on my wall and shit. But you know, you could start. You know.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I got a little writing whiteboard, but
like yesterday, so like I'm writing this song and I'm literally in my studio by myself, fucking jumping
Bouncing
up and down, bouncing. I'm getting up, I'm walking around in circles just because I'm just stoked about what I'm hearing and the direction it's going and all the ideas I have. It's there's not a better feeling. Like I have people ask me all the time, like if I had to choose between being a DJ, comedian, or producer, what I would do. And obviously a producer for me.
Yeah.
Music's my fucking biggest passion.
But like, not only did you get that feeling in the studio, but when you put that banger in front of fucking thousands of people.
Oh yeah, it's the best fucking feeling.
I'm sure that's fucking.
When you hear 20,000 people go, oh,
yeah,
that is. I mean, dude, so I like to whenever I have like a big festival like that and I'm DJing, I'll open up with a joke.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if y'all know anything about Bass Nectar, but he fucking got in trouble for touching kids and right after COVID-19. So like I opened up. It was like the biggest set I'd played at the time in front of like 15,000 people. Open up my set with this Bass Nectar joke that nobody else would have the fucking balls to do. And you just hear the whole fucking crowd just go, oh, and I'm like, oh, what? We're having fun. We're having fun.
But also that's like that joke like that's for that audience,
right?
You know, like if you were to go to whatever Monkey Barrel and just people would be like, well, I heard about the incident, but what are we talking about?
Right.
And
so
only
whenever
those that even know of Nectar or whatever, yeah. So
whenever like I'll do comedy at music festivals, I have a lot of material that is specific towards that crowd. I mean, I'm sure the set that we're going to be doing, I'm going to have a lot of that too, just because not as much, but I will have some because that's going to be promoted as TVBOO. So it's going to be a lot of TVBOO fans coming out there. So
totally. We did a couple skateboarding comedy shows.
Hell yeah.
Like at skate events or charity events with skateboarding related, they would do a comedy show afterwards.
Yeah.
And like they do get the material. Like when you were talking about you're like, that guy looks like blah, blah, blah. Or this person or whatever.
Like
and you
Kroger brand, Chris Cole, or like fucking, there was like, I mean, when I was hosting that, I literally was just like, give it up for frontside shove it. And everyone was like, yeah. I'm like, give it up for varial flips. I'm like, all right, varial flips aren't there.
Look at this inbred Eric Costin.
For sure.
There was a guy that one dude just picked up his board and walked out, and the comedian on stage was like, imagine if he doesn't actually know how to skateboard. And he's just been playing it off this whole time to hang out with all you guys.
And it smashed, probably.
Yeah, exactly, because it was skateboarding. And then the idea of like a poser just getting by that long. It's so funny.
One of the reasons I really love doing comedy for like the dance music crowds is like they're so like easily offended online, and like they're very like tight butthole type people. You know what I mean? Very clean. But like the thing is,
it comes from a good vibes kind of place.
Exactly.
Everybody's welcome, all that kind of stuff.
But like it's just on the internet, right? Like on the internet, they seem to just get offended over little things, and then so that's why I love doing those type of comedy shows, because I can just say the most vulgar and crazy shit, and they're not actually like that. They fucking love it. And I'm like, listen, we can all talk like this. It is okay. But we're not being hateful here.
Well, that, and it's like, I mean, like any other art form, when it's live, you can't deny it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you're surrounded by 100 other people who are obviously having fun and laughing, like it takes more willpower to fucking sit there and not crack a smile than it does to, I mean, it's such a contagious, weird shit that laughter is, where if you're literally sitting in a room that's laughing and you're still just like, you're a fucking sociopath. Like
you ever walk into a room where everyone's laughing and then they just stop?
That's
and
the
you're
worst.
like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, it's
laughter is a weird.
It's weird as fuck.
But the thing is, what you're saying, there always is those couple people. Yeah, there's always those couple of people that are just getting offended.
Oh, I did a show last night at Oasis, and dude was not with anybody. He sat fucking 2 people to the fucking bar stool and didn't just like stared at I literally asked him at one point. I was like, sir, how much do you dislike stand-up comedy? Because you are not having fun. And then I asked him about how many like edibles he's eaten, because it was just like just fucking stiff. I was like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, dude, if I can loosen up, man, have some fun.
And it's weird because like as an audience member, you're like, or I mean as a comedian, you're like an audience member, I know who's having fun and who's not having fun. And for you to fucking sit right there and not. I mean, you did it. I wasn't the only person that made fun of him either, because I was just like, bro, what is going on?
I remember when at Wakan Fest, I brought some comedians, the funniest guys I know out in New Orleans, Marcus Bond, Mike Hall, and we were backstage talking before the show's going on. They're like, man, I don't know if I should do this material at this crowd. And I said, no, do that. Yeah. I was like, it is important for us to be as fucking like just outrageous and wild as possible to show people that this is comedy. Yeah. This is we don't want anything to do with music right
if you're
now.
not being told to censor yourself,
right?
You don't need to.
Well, they were worried about it. They're like, I don't know about this crowd. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, go out there and just be the most fucking wild, say the most crazy shit you got. Yeah. And it was really funny. They walked up to me while the show's going on. One of them did. And he was like, dude, this is insane. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he goes, no, dude, they're actually here for comedy. Like they're laughing at this fucking crazy shit that we're saying right now. I was like, yeah, man, this stuff's important.
It is. Well, and it's like comedy and music are always like, I've followed music acts or like comedy music acts, whatever it is. You're like, okay, or a mixed mic where you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Those are
here?
weird.
Yeah, and there is always, but I mean, Richard Pryor on fucking Live had a whole band open up for him, and then he comes out and he does his own fucking crowd work, and he starts ripping.
If you follow a good musician, is much better than following a bad musician, because you can compliment how sexy those people were and how good looking and how fun they were, and that music made me feel so awesome. But if you shit on the poor guy with the guitar who just bombed in front of 10 people, it just feels so bad.
Yeah, I listened to you the other night with that comedian right before you.
I had to address it somehow. Because I couldn't have not addressed it. Yeah. But yeah, I lost him real quick. And it is one of music and comedy are just like, it is a tough intersection to find, I feel like. But when done, it's dope.
I had to relearn crowds being out here. Yeah. Because in New Orleans it was a very mixed crowd, right? A lot of white and a lot of black people and everything in between. Yeah. So like I had a lot of racial jokes. There'd be some times I'd go do comedy at the Comedy House and it's an all black crowd. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. I'm just doing racial jokes all night. And then coming out here, dude, I pretty much scrapped them because like it's just white people getting offended that I'm saying these things.
Well, it's harder when you look around the room and there's not one black person laughing because there's not a black person around. Yeah, so it's just a bunch of white people laughing at it. Yeah. Compared to a mixed room or even just an all black audience, they all feel comfortable because they're all laughing together.
Yeah, I had a guy.
People here feel guilty.
I have a guy that's trying to book me on a comedy show out here, and he's like, it's an all black crowd usually. And I was like, thank God. He was just like, is that okay? And I'm like, dude, that's the best news I've gotten. Yeah. I'm like,
that's the Improv?
Yeah, it's an Improv. Yeah, he wants me to come on a showcase, and he talked to me about hosting, and I'm like, I've always wanted to give hosting a try.
Well, and even if you put up that you're going to be a weekend at the Improv, like you'll bring people in.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was curious. So, what's the largest audience you've performed in front of? Not comedy.
I think it's a little north of 20,000 people.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's insane.
It sounds insane, but like, I mean, it is fucking insane. Like the adrenaline, but the thing is,
population in Jackson, dude.
Oh, not, we got more than 20,000 people, but this wasn't in Jackson. You know what I mean? I mean, I play all over, but the thing that's crazy is like, I don't get nervous. I've never been nervous to go on stage as for doing music. I've gotten nervous for doing comedy, and then that's what made me enjoy it so much. But like, it's nuts, but it's not as nerve-wracking playing in front of 20,000 people. It's more nerve-wracking playing in front of 500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know why, because I feel like when there's that many people, it's easier to entertain, if that makes any sense. And instead of like a 500 cap room, depending on how the room's set up. Sometimes if the room's set up in a certain way, you're just gonna go in there and fuck shit up.
Yeah,
and
super
crush.
intimate,
super
small,
intimate stuff.
low ceilings.
Yeah, but like I feel like the 20,000 people is easier to play for than like even the 1,000. You know what I mean? But like after about like
there's 20 times more people that are going to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like if you open up the statistics on who's going to enjoy this or not, there's so many more people there that are just going to be down.
But what's crazy is 10,000 people and 20,000 people almost looks the same. After a certain amount of people, it literally just looks like a sea of people. And you really can't even tell that it was a bigger show than the last one.
Well, and it's probably, I mean, what I picture is for that first 45 seconds when you're come out or whatever and you're looking at these people or you're like examining what the fuck you're about to do. And then it starts. And that's when like the flow state kicks in and you're like, we're all just having fun now.
Oh yeah. That's why I like to open up with a joke.
Yeah, for sure.
Like go ahead and get like the
break
most
the ice.
Yeah, exactly. Break the ice, like get the most embarrassing shit that could possibly happen out the way right there.
Are you the only person doing that?
Yeah.
That is sick,
it's tight
dude.
as fuck.
And especially you being a comedian and a musician, implementing the two, even if it's just in that subtle way.
Yeah,
it's like a shout out to that other side of you.
Not to like jerk myself off, but there's like literally no one else in the dance music scene that's doing the comedy thing, so that's definitely helping and working for me on that front. And
I mean I watched your intro to your last tour, the Blue Collar Bass. Yeah, like that's funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude, and
like,
fucking watching people on the internet get fucking triggered about it is even funnier.
It's funny. I mean, it's I can only imagine. And like no, and as like a comic looking at it, you're like, this is all just good fun. Like, do it for Dale, do it for Hombre. Like, that's funny shit.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I wanted to open up the set like in a funny,
you crushed it.
I wanted to like go ahead and let everybody know that this is silly and not to take it too serious. Yeah. Like we're here to have fun because a lot of people, there's a lot of DJs in my industry, majority of them who take themselves entirely too serious, where they're like, just trying to be like, almost like rock stars and larger than life dudes. I'm like, I'm a total dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I literally in here to have a good time. You know what I mean?
And that's the whole like way I've even like, or the like getting angry at like even ski industry. Cause I worked in the ski industry for 10 years. I'm like, these people are here for the wrong reasons. Like, we're supposed to be coming up here to just fucking rip and have fun. And these people are like, well, you cut in line at the whatever, like, just too serious. We're like, you've ruined it. Like, I don't even want to hang out with these people.
That's why, like, I have a super fucking fun fan base. Yeah. Like, I have, like, other DJs who have seen it and like they're like, dude, your fan base is wild because they get it. And so like they'll come to the show like ready to have a fucking party. Yeah. Like it's like a fucking hoedown.
For sure. Have you?
I love your emphasis on having fun.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's about. Like, things didn't start working for me in my music career until I started having more fun with it. Because I felt like in the beginning I was trying to copy, the DJs that I looked up to who were like taking themselves so serious, and I was trying to make music like them and that type of stuff. But the day I said, and I was, wearing all black, trying to be like this hardcore guy, and that ain't me. That ain't me at all. And like,
definitely not. I couldn't picture it now.
Yeah, no, that definitely ain't me. So like the day that I learned,
you wouldn't want to put a hood over.
Hell no, dude. Hair. This fucking slut cut's got to flow, daddy. But but fucking the day I started just being myself and having fun by myself in the studio, that started resonating with people.
Yeah, it's because it's authentic, probably.
Yeah, and it started putting out the content that I think is fun and I think is cool. That and people vibe with it. And if they don't, they can go fuck off.
Well, and if they wanted to listen to that other person, they would just listen to that other person. They want to listen to you.
Exactly.
They want you to be you.
I like to think I'm like the side bitch of EDM. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the person that you're going to bring to introduce to your parents, or like, I'm the person that you're sneaking off to go see to get freaky. I like to view me as the side bitch.
Yeah, you're like the wild wasted uncle that shows up to Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I am that uncle.
So you're not allowed to bring up the rest of the year.
Yeah, damn right.
I legit am that uncle.
That's tight. Yeah.
And then you get one weekend away with that uncle and you don't talk about it. Oh,
You're like, somehow he got me into a strip club. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. My nieces are asking to come to my show, and she's like 17, so like it's about to happen. You know what I mean?
that's
so
the
it's just
cusp of that age too.
Yep. So I'm like, as soon as you turn 18, I'll bring you out.
For sure.
Fly you out, and we'll go to a festival or something.
I mean, I think, like I said, I think even with comedy, it's just I'm gonna do it because I'm having fun or whatnot. But
I will say, comedy is it's a lot harder.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot harder.
some artists will say it's the hardest. I mean, art in general.
It is. So without a doubt. So with music, there's a lot of tricks, right? So like, it's not just me up there. There's usually crazy sound system, insane. I spent a lot of money on some fucking funny ass visuals, and I have a lot of them. We'll have lasers, lights, all these things, these
full
tricks.
production.
Right. If I fuck up a mix or whatever, no one cares. They're like, just fucking play it over. Keep going. With comedy, there's no tricks. It's just you and a microphone. Yeah. Sometimes not even a stage at times. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes not even a microphone. Yeah. I've fucking done it, dude.
Sometimes not even an audience.
Yeah. For 0 people. I remember,
Exactly. So that's what I fucking love about it, though.
Yeah, it's raw.
And it's very raw, and it's like, there's no tricks. It's just you and a microphone and what you can do to entertain. Yeah. And that's what I fucking love so much about it, because like, the production at these festivals, right? That's going to be insane. Yeah. Like, it's always going to be insane. Like, we have a standard. We won't even go into certain clubs and play if they don't have a certain standard of production for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so, like, we always know, like, I'm very confident in my DJing. Like, I fucking play some fun ass sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always tell people, I'm not the heaviest guy. I'm not going to fucking break your neck. I'm not the most mind blowing guy. I'm not going to blow your mind with crazy music.
You're the side bitch.
I'm going to give you the most fun DJ set of the night. So like, I've got confident in that. So like, I already know. But with comedy, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Right? You could have an off night. You could have a sour crowd. You could lose them within the first 30 seconds.
You saw it.
And it's happened with me many a times, man. So like, that's why I love it so much. And it's a lot harder.
Yeah. And you fucking feel it. Mm-hmm. When you walk off, you're either like, well, that was okay. That was fucking dope. Or you walk off, you're like, whatever that was, I don't want to do it again. Like,
well, and there's something to, like, music can be in the background and you can just enjoy it.
Yeah, you can party with your buddies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like with comedy, sitting down, paying attention actively, I mean, it requires a whole different thing from the audience.
That's a good point. I haven't even thought of it like that either, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're having a blast if you're at a big festival. Yeah. You're grabbing hands with somebody and making a giant circle. Yeah. I mean, that would never work as an audience member.
You'd be like, "What the fuck are y'all doing, dude?"
But you see people.
I'm up here trying to work.
Yeah, but you see people bonding during the music like chill. That and dancing together and doing this big synchronized thing. You're like, I'm creating the greatest experience.
Creating a vibe. Yeah, exactly.
He's a big fan of. We've left concerts before, and he's just like giddy about. He's like, "Did you see how many people were in there just having fun?"
Yeah,
I get so high off of everybody having fun.
I do too, man. That's like one of my favorite like feelings. There's a point in a show where like you and the crowd are locked in, and sometimes it takes a minute to get there, and sometimes it won't be there at all. But when everybody's just in it and everyone's moving together, and everyone's just literally invested,
it's like a wave back and forth from the DJ to the
and in a way it just feels like this is the closest we can ever get to world peace. It's just like everybody in the crowd, all different types of people, just on the same wavelength where you just have them, where after you just did this one transition, now you got them. You know what I mean?
Moment.
It's like with the joke, when you do a good joke and you're like, oh, I got him now.
Yeah, you're like, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
You don't even have to talk. Well, there's the best when you can make everybody laugh so hard and continually keep laughing. You don't say anything.
You just hang out.
You just allow the laughs to roar.
I remember even just going to like my first punk show. I was like 12, 13 years old, and getting in the mosh pit and like feeling safe and being like, oh, these people are here to support me. Not like, we're not we're not hurting each other. Like we're just exuding energy and fucking getting it out.
That's what I fell in love with metal music, man.
For sure.
Just the energy that it made me like have.
Yeah.
And I feel like even mosh pits have gone over to like other forms of music that I never pictured them in.
Dance music.
Oh, dance music, rap, and fucking grimy like hip hop.
Dude, I was doing Sunset last year, music festival in Tampa, and it was the biggest crowd I played for. It was about 20,000 people. And I'm playing a drum and bass remix to Rihanna. And there's a mosh pit.
Yeah.
And I remember stopping, looking at that and started laughing.
Yeah.
Because that is not mosh music, but they're just so hyped on the moment.
They don't know what to do.
They're just like, let's just open the shit up.
Dude, I went to a rap concert
That's also
once.
Tampa, dude. Tampa will mosh any.
Dude, Tampa's literally my favorite city to go play in.
Yeah, it's a party city, dude.
Yeah, I always go back between Atlanta and Tampa as my favorite places to play.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I went to a rap concert once, and I don't even remember the dude's name. Like, it was the opener to the main
Headliner?
Headliner.
The direct support or the opener?
It probably, I don't know. I think there was only two.
Got you.
But in the middle of his set, he's like, I got this dude, and he's just known for fucking shit up. And the guy just came out and did one song, and the fucking place went insane. And like, that was and then he's like, thanks, that's my time. It was literally like a comedy set where he had like 5 minutes to fucking burn.
Just a
and
guest
he was
spot.
like jumping off of shit. Like, it was tight as fuck.
That's
but
right.
I don't even remember the guy's name. He was just completely the dude that brought him on was like wearing all black and like took his job pretty seriously. And then this dude just comes out in like bright yellow and chains and is like jumping off a speaker.
He's a fun starter.
That's
Dude, the
lit.
place broke. Yeah,
I love that.
It was tight.
I love that, man.
I'm trying to think of like.
I had a question about when you're performing on stage for music. Are you under the influence at all? Maybe that's something you don't want to say.
No, I don't give a fuck, man. I mean, if you, I'm just like you. I'm super honest, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I say shit on my podcast that like. When I have like other guest DJs, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what else was doing?
Why are you saying this? I'm like, we can say this. It's
Peel
okay.
back the curtain.
Yeah, dude. Not normally. I mean, I'll have some drinks, man. I love drinking beer. That's like, that's one of my favorite things in the world.
That sounded
drink beer.
so good out of your mouth.
Yeah, I love
drinking beer.
I love drinking beer, man. And so, I'm drinking beer on stage. I might drink some whiskey or something. But yeah, dude, I remember I was playing this festival, it was in Fairmont. No, that's Canada.
But I feel like that's also taking your job seriously.
I take it very serious.
Yeah, respecting the art form.
And it shocks the fuck out of like promoters and fans whenever because I'm online, they think I'm just this fucking party guy, crazy dude. Even like when my manager picked me up, they thought I was just gonna be just like a liability at times.
Loosey-goosey,
But I'm not. Like, I do take this shit very serious.
You don't even work on Sundays, dude.
No, I don't work on Sundays, man. It's God's day. But like
Praise
dude,
be.
I've been drunk on stage for sure, but not recently. It's been a while. You know what I mean?
It's also probably different or something you've done a dozen times or a room you've been to and performed where you're like doing a festival for the first time or that festival for the first time. You're like, well, I kind of want to put an impression on this,
Yeah, and it also sucks whenever you have a great show and you don't remember it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I've had that where like it's just like kind of bits and pieces, but it was a sold out show.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it.
Never even thought of that.
Yeah, so that's the worst because I don't know what it is about alcohol and adrenaline. It makes you black out.
Yeah,
I don't know
checks out.
Yeah, so like
It becomes a blur.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to have that. But dude, I mean, I've taken some Molly before I've gone on stage before, and it was awesome, dude. It was incredible, dude.
Well, that's a totally different element.
Dude, I felt incredible, dude. It was an outdoor festival. It's like 3 a.m. on a Sunday. The fucking air on my skin felt amazing, dude. I'm just loving everybody and every moment. I'm killing it on stage too. I remember every aspect of it. That's the only time I've done it. I'm like, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, dude, I need to do more Molly.
Well, that's good. You don't want to go chasing the dragon.
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
Also, it's funny to think you've never thought of that, and you're like, wait, fuck, that was a really good time.
Oh, that's why I enjoyed myself so much.
Dude, I just remember being really tired because I was like, it was a long weekend and I went on stage at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, which sounds late, but at that festival, this was prime fucking time.
Yeah,
No
bet.
shit.
It's a fucking Wookiee ass
Sundays
festival.
can be Third days can be wild.
They can be, but also that festival shit didn't get crazy until about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, the stages didn't shut down until 9 a.m. So like it was literally just a party. But yeah, man, I mean, I've been fucked up on stage. And I've made an ass of myself on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to where like I'm like on the mic too much or just saying dumb shit. Like I've done it with comedy too, where like I've just been drunk. Like I'm like waiting forever to go on stage and end up fucking drunk and then I just suck. And I just
also that's, I mean, you got to do it to learn it.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, you gotta fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta bomb.
Failures are a part of the game.
You have to fucking bomb, man.
That's true. I'm trying to think of like fun DJs did you ever see James Pants? James
sounds
Pants.
made up, dude.
No, I know. He's not. He's like this nerdy ass white dude from Spokane, Washington, and he played Sasquatch one year, which is Central Washington, like the Gorge. And he was like standing on his turntable.
Oh, dude, I love the Gorge, man. I've played it the last 3 years.
Damn, it's a fucking dope ass venue.
Yeah, they do.
I saw White Stripes there. I went to a couple Warp Tours when I was like 13, 14.
They did
15.
Warp Tour at the Gorge.
They used to allow camping.
They still do.
Well, after Warp Tour.
Oh, wow.
So it would be like 5,000 kids getting drunk and smashing around with their friends, and then they send them back to a campsite where they just continue to do the same. Like there was party trains of like 100 people that were just mobbing around this place while you're taking swigs of whiskey off of whoever hands you a fucking bottle.
Hell yeah. That's like, you know, I've done the Gorge, man. There's a music festival out there called Base Canyon. I fucking have it. Sorry. And it's like a 40,000 person festival, and like I've gotten booked on it the last 3 years, and it's
tight.
And it's beautiful, just right there on the canyon. The stage is huge. It's literally like one of the biggest stages you've ever seen, and it's just like, you know, the giant Gorge amphitheater, just like insane.
It's a badass venue. That was like our big venue,
and that's
North Idaho.
That's a far drive too. Like I mean, you have to fly into Seattle and drive 3 hours to get to the Gorge.
Yeah.
I mean, all the artists have to do that
hike.
Commute, and it's, you know, that's
in the middle
worst
of
part.
nowhere.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And I think that's why, where people are like, oh, get away from the city. I mean, I was always coming from the other side, so I was basically like Spokane.
Yeah.
And that's where I would come from, I lived just north of there.
Yeah, Spokane, as far as it?
It's probably a little bit further than Seattle.
Oh, damn, never mind.
But maybe it's not as far. I don't know.
Yeah,
because I feel like, I mean, it's Central Washington. It's probably just pretty much center of between Seattle and Spokane.
Dude, the Pacific Northwest has one of the best scenes, in my opinion, for dance music. Like,
I bet.
On my tour, every show that we had over there on the Pacific Northwest and West Coast were all sellouts.
Yeah.
And that was like the only region on the tour that we had it like that. And they were all awesome venues. It was really eye-opening because, you know, I've always gone out there and played and been supporting other tours and stuff, but they were one of the best crowds and the whole tour.
Yeah, like the vibe.
And it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like if you get out of the city in any way.
Yeah.
Like if you're in Seattle, you can go, I mean, to the Northern Cascades, or you can go to Olympia National Park. Like there's some fucking, I'm a big advocate for the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, my girlfriend lived out there in Portland, but she misses Oregon. You know, like Oregon's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like the actual state.
And it's like it's very like locally operated. Like everything that you buy basically comes from Oregon. You feel like you're supporting the state, I guess.
Yeah.
Or at least the local scene.
It's so cool, but then Portland itself is one of the worst cities in the country.
Yeah, Portland. My mom lives in Southern Oregon, but like right on the coast.
Yeah. So yeah, Portland's weird, man.
It is weird. I mean, I've had some fun in Portland. I saw. Speaking of musicians, I saw.
Bill Cosby.
No.
Okay.
No, musicians.
R. Kelly?
No. Never seen.
Dude, I have, man. I went to a lot of R. Kelly concerts.
No shit.
By myself, too, man. I was the only... I'm not lying, dude. I grew up a massive R. Kelly fan, dude. Massive.
I mean, arguably one of the greatest R&B artists of all time. It's
legit. Legit. And, dude, I was the only white guy at these... I'm not lying, man. I remember going to see R. Kelly at the Jackson, Mississippi Coliseum. And it's a sold-out Coliseum. R. Kelly's playing. I'm the only white guy, and I'm singing along to every song, and all these black girls are around me. They're getting hyped because I'm hyped. They're they're like, sing that shit, white boy. Like, they fucking going hard, man. So, like, I just instantly became cool with, like, everybody there, dude, just because I'm like, you know, I was young, the only white dude there, and I'm just singing along, man.
Like a lost puppy, and they're like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah, but I was having a time, man. I fucking loved me some R. Kelly.
Yeah, dude, it still bangs today.
Yeah, dude.
I'm out. What were you like as a child? Were you just a fucking insane little kid?
Yeah, I'm the same exact dude. I've always been a little energetic motherfucker, man. I'm an energetic ass dude still to this day, and I was always bouncing off the walls and beating on shit. That's why my mom got me a drum kit.
Yeah,
same kid, dude. All I wanted to do was play music with my buddies and skateboard and fucking chase tail.
Yeah.
So when did basketball get in?
Dude, I started playing basketball when I moved here.
What?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Dude, we'll have to hit up Wash Park because
I fell in love with it, dude. I try to play 5 days a week.
No shit.
Oh yeah, and I've gotten good, dude.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I won't say gotten good, but I can play. I can hold my own. Like, I used to not, when I first started playing, I didn't know how to shoot correctly. I couldn't dribble right.
Yeah.
Literally, last week, I think it was Wednesday, I was playing. We were doing 3-on-3.
Damn.
And I fucking ran the court, dude. I'm like dribbling. I'm looking at this guy, dude. This was one of the coolest moments of my life, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like looking at this guy. I'm dribbling between my legs. I move. I juke him out. The other guy's around there about to block me. I spin him out, and the other dude's right at the fucking rim, ready to stop me. I jump back. He's trying to block me. I shoot over him. Swish. And it was one of the coolest moments of my life, dude. And it was funny because, like, I had never played with these guys. I usually play with the same dudes. And
you just showed up.
I showed up, and these guys goes, after the game, I had the most points out of everybody. And
fucking put it up on the board.
This guy goes, and I was the only white guy too, so that felt good.
Damn, this is like R. Kelly all over again.
And they go, damn, man, you can ball. And no one's ever said that to me. And so I'm just like, hell yeah, I can. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Being told that you can ball from a black guy might be one of the coolest moments I wish I had, dude.
Oh, dude, I had a guy on the court. He called me his N-word, dude. He's like, he goes, you mine? I was like, and you mine? Oh, not like that though, you know. And like, it was really cool, man. But no, I just found basketball 8 months ago.
That's tight.
And
found basketball.
I did, man. I mean, I've always been a fan of watching it and stuff, but you know, I just love sports in general. But man, I fell in love with it and became obsessed with it. So like, I play every day, practice every day, and like, I'm working on technique, working on form. Like, I dream about it at night. I lay in bed thinking about it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Like, I'm literally obsessed. So I try to play every single day. I got a ball in my truck just in case, like, I'm driving by
a court
and I see a court that I like, and there's people out there that need another player.
That's tight.
Yeah, and I got the gym shorts in there too. Like, I'm just ready to rock. Dude. Yeah, I'm ready to rock.
I got my skate shoes and board in the car at all times.
That's just saying, I feel like you enjoy the progression.
Yeah.
Like, progressing in something feels fucking cool.
It does, man. I love getting into something that I'm not good at, but like, I will only do it if I really enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
So like,
there's no point of wasting your time.
Exactly. But so the things that I'm into, I'm really into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like really knowledgeable about those things.
Seems like.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to fuck around, man.
Like I said, I mean, even just feeling progression, which, I mean, with jokes or skateboarding or whatever it is, like, you've practiced that, and you've failed at it. Mm-hmm. But when you fucking finally stick it, you're like, whoa.
Wait, so are you doing like suicides out there and like running drills, like 30 layups?
No, I ain't doing all that, dude. I mean, I do start out like, you know, with a little bit of run, try to break a sweat, and you know, I try not to stop. So if I'm shooting by myself, wherever that ball's going, I run to it. Yeah. I don't stop running until I make a shot. So like, after I make the shot, I can walk and go get the ball. Yeah. So like, I'm just constantly running, and dude, it got me in good shape, man. Yeah. Like, I remember my first month living out here, I lost 8 pounds. Damn. And that wasn't even really from the basketball. That was just from not eating New Orleans' amazing food. Sure. Oh my God, dude, the food out here sucks.
A lot less po' boys.
Yeah, dude. Oh my, don't even bring it up. It's Mardi Gras right now. My house is decorated Mardi Gras right now, dude.
No way. And you're in Denver?
Oh yeah, dude. I had some of my buddies send me some king cakes.
Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, dude. It's so carnival right now, man. I'm fucking. It sucks not being there for it, dude. I've been going to Mardi Gras since I was a child.
Yeah. Are you close with your parents?
Hell yeah.
I would not say.
They're cool, man. I mean, so like, you know, my parents are split up, but it was like for the best. I mean, because like my stepdad, I love with my whole heart. Like he's like he raised me like his own, and so like I'm very fortunate to have two dads, not in a gay way, but like I'm very fortunate to have two fathers. I took the best from both of them. My dad's a farmer, and he's cool as shit. He lives up in the Ozarks in Arkansas, and I love going out there and hanging out with him.
Do that? Is he still farming?
What about money laundering? I've heard that's big in the Ozarks.
Dude, he did that, but not in Arkansas. That's another story. But yes, that is something. That is something. But
I didn't even mean to bring it up.
No, dude, it actually hits home.
The only thing I knew about the Ozarks is literally money laundering.
Nah, but I'm super cool with them, man, and they'll come out to shows and stuff now and get stoked. I mean.
Yeah, how could they not be proud?
Well, they didn't come out for a while because they used to have to take me and my drum kit to these bars when I was 13.
That's tight that they saw the beginning.
Yeah, so they would have to take me to these bars that I couldn't actually be in without my parents being there. The only reason I was able to be in there because I was playing.
Yeah.
And so they had to do that for years of hauling me around. So, they deserved a good break after that. And, whenever I got really serious about production, they were super supportive. They're like, I think you should go do this. Now, they didn't financially support me on stuff like that, which I didn't want them to. And I'm glad they didn't. I wasn't a spoiled kid like that. But, they were very supportive, and they were like, they believed in me, because like my brother and sister, they didn't
tell you no.
Never.
Yeah.
They let me have band practices at my house. They
for sure.
They would do all that,
and that's not cool for any parent really to hear all of that.
And if you want your kid,
if it's metal music too,
you want your kid to pick up an instrument, but you don't want them to pick up the fucking drums.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're loud.
You also don't want them to play it 24/7.
Exactly. So
with how much you probably grinded.
Yeah, I played a lot, man, but. So, I didn't bring them out to my shows until about 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah. And I've been doing TVBOO for like 8 years.
Yeah.
And I think about 2 years ago, I brought my mom and stepdad out to a music festival that I was playing. Got to bring them up on stage, and they got to see it all. Like, there's like people in their TVBOO shirts. People had TVBOO totems, and people are doing chants that they're specific for me.
That
and
give
like
me chills,
they're singing
dude.
it. So, and I got to bring them up on stage and get a picture. And I remember my stepdad. We're supposed to be looking at the camera, and he's just looking at the crowd, and he's just like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Turn around, man!" And then my dad brought him out to Wakan Festival, and he's wearing a TVBOO jersey, and everybody knows that's my dad. They just know because he's wearing jorts, a cowboy hat, and during the day, no shirt. Yeah. And he's just walking around drinking beer, having a good time. Everyone's coming up to him, like taking pictures with him and shit. And so they've gotten to really see it, be successful and like see that it's a thing. And so that's been really cool.
Well, and it's one of those things too where it's like you can't deny it.
Yeah.
Like if you see it in person, even Instagram and fucking videos on YouTube or whatever it is, still almost don't do it justice. I mean, it gives it a good fucking perspective.
Yeah.
But when you see it in person and you feel that fucking energy.
You see fans wearing your merch, dude. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's tight as fuck.
And people, dude, fucking... Oh, dude, we just did my tour. It was the Blue Collar Bass Tour. That was the name of my album. It was all blue collar themed, by the people, for the people. Everybody showing up in like overalls, construction vests, construction hats, and like 1,000 people, and everyone's dressed up like white trash. It's fun.
That is fun.
You know what I mean? It's fun as shit. So like, it's really cool seeing people.
Something I can get behind.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it was a whole themed tour almost, and it was cool seeing all the crowds get it and like come like that.
Yeah. And you're offering your honest perspective. I mean, that's like where you came from. You came from Mississippi, right? I mean, raised in a small town and shit. Like, I feel like having that authentic brand just naturally happen like that, and your fans be into it. That's
You get monster trucks involved, dude, and bull riding, you're set.
Dude, it's coming. It's fucking coming, man. Sick. I remember, man, I used to go to the rodeo all the time, man, because my dad was dating.
Do you remember your first?
Oh yeah. But my dad was dating this cowgirl, like straight up cowgirl. And, she was doing the horse racing and like horse tricking and stuff. Oh yeah, all that stuff.
I dated a barrel racer.
Yeah, so we were at rodeos all the time, and rodeos are fucking so much fun, dude.
Dude, they are a party. And I didn't realize, like, I've only been to one big one, but I was like, these people are insane.
It's like you go to a NASCAR race, and it's like the biggest fucking party. Yeah. But, yeah, man. So, the parents, they're fucking super supportive, and they're so cool now. Like, they're always just trying to come out to things now. Yeah. it is weird, like with like family members stuff too. Like some of my family
saying,
members,
like your niece, right?
Yeah, but not that. Like some of my family members will use me for clout now.
Oh my god,
I'm not kidding, dude.
Like your aunt?
Sometimes,
like,
yeah.
I tell you, I know somebody that's been to all the festivals.
My sister will be at a bar back home in Mississippi.
No shit.
And I'll get a FaceTime late night. She's like, see, I told you you'd answer. I'm like, babe, they're using me for clout right now, dude. Like,
don't call me with some drunk dude from the dive bar.
Yeah, exactly. So, that happens. And
she gets laid off at your fame.
Dude, I got my dad laid once.
Well, that's what I was wondering too. It's like, are you worried about like your audience being like hooligans and causing a ruckus? Like,
no, I want that. I tell them I want them on their worst behavior.
Yeah, well, I mean,
love that,
but
dude.
like for your parents to see, be like, that my son's creating chaos. Like,
well, so I will say this. So my parents came and worked my merch booth on 2 stops of my tour this past year. And I remember tweeting, I was like, my parents are working the merch booth tonight.
Yeah.
I need y'all to be on your worst fucking behavior. Like, I need y'all to be extra. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they get, like, my mom loves it. She's like, it's so crazy, the things that I do and say, but she's like, that's just my baby. You know what I mean? She's just this little sweet Southern belle.
She loves you for it.
Yeah, she's the sweet Southern belle.
Well, that's funny. That's funny. Well, I mean, yeah, because like I guess I mean my parents are definitely open and supportive, but I've never been on like that scale where my mom wouldn't even want to go indulge in.
Your mom came to the roast battle.
My mom came to a roast battle, and that's a wild energy in itself because it's just a fucking weird little dunk contest on each other. You know?
Just talking shit.
Well, then we put her on the panel.
I put her on the judges panel. So it was funny where like she got a couple, like she broke the room a couple times, but all she said was, I don't think I liked either of you. And so like the place just went crazy because my mom was like just honest and was like, you both sucked, I guess.
Yeah, or like when and you were like, just pick a shirt, yellow or blue.
Yeah, I was like, red or blue. She's like, let's go red one. So
she had to pick someone.
Yeah, so it was funny like that she was able to get those little laughs. Or I mean, there were big laughs in that room, but yeah, it was different too.
That's fun, man.
But I did get to like show her my project and like, hey, this is what I've created, this and that. Like, let's check it out. So I introduced her and the place went crazy.
It's fun whenever like your family can get behind it, man. Like my sister literally just got into going to music festival. She went to her first one, EDC Orlando, and she was
which is huge,
massive, one of the biggest ones. It's like it's like 80,000 people.
That's insane.
And it's nuts. I mean, fucking the one in in Vegas is like 800,000.
That's like the original.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Yeah, and so.
See, but I know nothing about those festivals.
She's going to it, and it's her first time. She's calling me, and I was like, listen, you're going to have a blast. Just, honestly, take some drugs.
Yeah.
She was like, I was like, take a little bit. It's going to make it more fun. Why not? You've never done it. You got to get it out the way.
Dude, that's exactly how I start. I mean, the guy was like, look, I know you've never done any of this before. Start here. If you enjoy that, we'll go further.
Yeah.
And, like, it matches. You understand where that music hits just harder.
It does
on those things.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, take a little bit of Molly, have some fun. It's gonna be a good time. And then and she was staying at like this big mansion with like all these other people she doesn't know, and they all found out that she was TVBOO's sister. And then so she's like, getting invited to like all these parties and like actually these private like booths and shit. And I'm like, she's like, what do I do? And I'm like, Faith, fucking name drop. Like, go experience it. Have fun. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And now she's all in. She's like planning all these other festivals. She's coming to see me at some festivals and stuff.
Damn.
So like, it's really cool to see because she grew up like a little Southern belle, like fucking preppy girl, was the cheerleading captain,
sorority stuff.
Literally that. Went to Ole Miss, like way different from me in that front. But like to see her like get behind it and understand it and fall in love with it, like that's really fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get to share that with them, and now they have a whole new love in their life for this whole world that they wouldn't have discovered.
Yep.
Well, and I feel like I'm a firm believer. Like, there's some people that will live life double, like questioning everything. Where it's like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. I don't know if this is gonna be fun. And then there's people like, that I've tried to just acquire to live life in the moment. No matter what I'm doing, I want to enjoy it to some extent, or at least have fun with it. So it's like rolling with the punches is just part of the game sometimes.
Yeah, just saying yes.
Where you're like, okay, I guess these people want to hang out. Like,
I guess I'll do it. Yeah. No, it's
you go ahead.
There was that it's just that sentence that's always inspired me of life happens outside of the comfort zone.
For sure.
So like you literally don't experience much in that same bubble that you're in every single day. And you have to actively take yourself out of the comfort zone. And that's where those new things start happening.
In 2019, I made it, I always do reevaluate my goals in the beginning of the new year and find out things I want to do. And in 2019, one of my things was to actively find things that make me uncomfortable. So like
COVID.
Asians. No, but so like karaoke made me uncomfortable. I can't sing that well. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do karaoke once a week.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And that that was whenever I started doing comedy more, and and just like actively going and doing things that made me uncomfortable. Like that was a focal point of my whole year that year.
When I first started comedy, I would almost like try to put myself not in weird situations, but be open to them. Where I'm like, I don't know, sure, I'll go to strip club on a Tuesday. I'm sure the A team's working tonight. Yeah, so you like end up at a strip club for
and it's
some
literally
reason.
Mr. T.
Yeah, it's like what happened?
Oh, dude, that was every Tuesday in New Orleans, bro. New Orleans was the fucking party, man.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It was a good time, dude. I mean, it was a party, but it never was a distraction.
Yeah,
so that was good.
That is a plus.
I've been like 3 or 4 times. I love New Orleans. I love that it feels like a different city.
It is.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to find that much culture in a city, in the entire country.
Yeah.
It has
seems
like it got
everywhere you look is culture.
History.
History.
Too.
It's one of the oldest cities in the country, and you get that vibe, man. It's something special about it.
It's got so many influences from so many different places too. Like just walking through the city, you don't feel like it's in America. You just feel like it's Europe or something like that.
I want to go.
Should, man.
I know.
You never gone?
No. I mean, Nashville, I was like just the other day.
What sparked that?
It was for work.
Oh, okay.
There was a big convention for Homeboy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What do you do for work?
I'm a aide to a 21-year-old autistic college student.
Yeah, you have a whole bit about that you were working out.
I was talking out. Yeah, I've kind of tossed it, but he even asked. He's like, "Do you talk about me on stage?" I'm like, "Just how we play Smash Bros." and how you're weirdly honest.
Your interview process.
Like, yeah, that one. I mean, he is, and it is like I've realized that I am honest because he's like honest. I just choose not to say stuff where like that one doesn't work. So it is a level of honesty that I thought I could get to. But
You've been fired since I've known you from multiple places for being honest.
Yeah.
And now you found the most honest human to work for. I thought that was hilarious. I remember you leaving that like Lucille's place and being like, they couldn't fucking handle the honesty. I told them what they're doing.
Yeah, I told the lady that like our man, we just ate shit all day. Like I'm waiting tables, and I've waited tables long enough to know how it fucking succeeds. And yeah, she was just sucking. And so at the end of the shift, I was like, "You did not help us out today. Like you were not, and like we failed because of you, basically." And she was just like, "Well, you can leave and not come back." And I was like, all right, if I'd known I wasn't going to get fired for it, I would have been a lot more honest.
Yeah.
And told you really what I fucking thought. Because I minded my P's and Q's.
Yeah, that was a gentle honesty.
Dude, I remember, just being like, you didn't help us out. You didn't fucking give us what we needed, and we failed because of it.
Yeah, I haven't, I don't know if I've ever gotten fired from a job.
Really?
But it sounds like you've been,
you're a hard worker.
Yeah, no, I've always been one of the, whatever. I worked like at a Sonic, and then I worked like in a restaurant, and I was
skating around.
No, I was a cook. I was in the kitchen.
Still roller skating though.
for the vibe, dude, for the culture. And
a new challenge. Fuck yeah.
And then I worked in the restaurants for a while, but I haven't had to have like a normal job since I was 19.
Yeah, that's tight.
I figured out a way to I was like a hired gun for a while as a drummer. Were like bands who needed a studio drummer or touring drummer. I was the guy. Right. So like that helped.
And if you were doing shows at the age of 15, 16, 17, you start to accumulate something.
Yeah. You understand what to do next.
I had residencies as a DJ too. Like I wasn't doing like EDM dance music. I was doing top 40. I worked at a gay bar for like 2.5 years as a resident DJ.
There's a lot of people that do start that way because it's just the first gig that you can get.
Well, it was awesome. Like it was
being paid.
Well, yeah, I was, I could support myself just DJing that Friday and Saturday, and then I spent every moment that I could producing. So to have that security blanket to where I could just produce, trying to get TVBOO to, I wasn't playing TVBOO music, but that was the goal, right?
Yeah.
And so I would do that. I would DJ at casinos, did weddings, I did, fucking proms, like whatever I had to do to get by, I would do.
No
That's
shit.
tight. Well, and were you able to like every once in a while throw your own hit in there?
No,
Really?
No. So it's different. It's different.
That's
like,
why I was like, oh, it'd be tight if you could get a banger off.
Dude, club DJing is it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as easy as you think, right? Because you have to really watch the room and read the room good. With a TVBOO show, I don't have to read a fucking thing.
Yeah.
I can go up there and play my music for an hour.
Yeah, it's because you've also built the fan base.
Exactly. But with a club DJ, you really have to read the room.
And you were booked to be TVBOO.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
In those situations, these other situations, you're booked to do a completely different job.
But the thing is like, no one's there to see the DJ, right?
No.
They're there because it's a Friday night and they're going out.
And they want to feel energy.
Exactly.
And life.
If you play, even if you just play one song that the crowd's not vibing with, there's nothing keeping them there.
Yeah.
They can say, fuck this place, we're gonna go next door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I would DJ for 6 to 8 hours every Friday and Saturday. So it's a long, I'm DJing up there for a long time.
Yeah.
And but it was fun as shit. Like I DJ'd
each song has to crush.
Yeah, and you have to, like, once you have them, you have to mix fast. So like you might play 100 songs in an hour.
Damn.
Just mixing super fast.
And just playing like the chorus to a fucking,
or just like the instrumental of this beat. So like like Chris Brown is Look At Me Now, the doo-doo,
yeah,
doo-doo, like that beat. I'd loop that instrumental and then throw the acapella for like a Beyonce song on top of that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, this is nuts. And like, like really just remix it on the fly. But the DJ in the gay bar was fucking awesome because I DJ'd at like a rock bar. I did a black bar for a while, and then like just like other bars here and there. But the gay bar, I remember whenever I was quitting the rock club to go to the gay bar.
Yeah.
The owner was like, you're gonna go DJ at the gay bar, and I was like, dude, you have no fucking idea. Yeah. If you're a DJ and you want to have a dance floor
or the closest to it,
the gay bar is the fucking prime spot for a DJ, and and people in Mississippi did not understand that.
I bet
they did not understand that at all.
Going from rock to cock.
Yeah,
they've already pre-gamed with the drugs that they want to do.
Yeah,
they're already showing up to vibe and have fun.
Also, gay people are a lot more open to new stuff.
Oh,
so
for
like,
sure.
so like gay people, they love house music. So like at the rock club, I couldn't play EDM stuff, but like at the gay bar, I could play a lot of house music, like house remixes of pop songs, and I could stay at that tempo for like 3 hours if I wanted to, and they're dancing all night. Like
this might be a crazy swing, but gay guys know how to dance.
Yeah,
dude, I actually got into dancing for a bit while I was DJing at the gay bar.
Just watching them in their flow.
They would have step crews come through. Like the dance floor would clear out and it would turn up straight up into a dance battle with nobody,
no sanctions,
nothing at all, and it would just happen. And so at the end of the night, I would literally throw on a mix and walk up to those guys and be like, "Can you show me some of that stuff?"
No shit.
I'm not kidding. And so
That's
I
tight.
got into dancing for a bit.
That's fun
because it looked fun.
Yeah, I bet.
They do make it look very fun.
They do, bro. They be tearing it up, too, man. I'm talking about, it'd be like 3 dudes at the same time. They're all synchronized doing crazy shit. Other guys on the other side are like watching. They're like all hard and shit. Like, to the gay, but also DJing at the gay bar made me very open-minded to everything and anything, right? So I wasn't homophobic by any means, but I would see some stuff and be like, things here and there. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Yeah. Maybe like just a little bit of judgment
it's
from me.
It's different because you hadn't seen it.
Exactly.
It's also just a new experience so like it goes through your head where you're like, okay, well.
But the gay bar, you had every walk of life, old, young, gay, straight, white, black, and everything in between, right? Yeah. And so you saw the craziest shit. You'd see the most thugged out looking motherfucker, like just looking there hard as fuck, and you're like, I don't know about this guy. This guy looks like trouble. Next thing you know, he's fucking like twerking on like this little twink. You know what I mean? And you're just like, man, this place is awesome. You know what I mean? Like this place is amazing. You'll have like drag queens like look fine as shit, like actually like hot. And you're like, and like I'm like, damn, this place is awesome.
This
like,
makes me feel something.
Yeah, it really just opened my mind to just about anything and everything. So now nothing phases me, and I owe that to the gay bar.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I feel like, I mean, even comedy's always a tough one in there because I don't feel like I'm gay enough. Like there's one mic in town where I'm like, I just come back for the lashings, but I enjoyed that part too. So it's like, but yeah, it is one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of other fun DJs I've seen, but James Pants was like the only like alternative DJ.
Man, I'll tell you what you need to listen to. So Skrillex just put out 2 new albums in the last 4 days.
Jesus.
I know, but he hasn't put out an album in like 7 years or something like that. And it is the most incredible fucking work because you don't even realize you're listening to EDM.
Yeah.
Because he has songs with like Kid Cudi, Justin Bieber, fucking, everybody in between, some of the biggest pop stars and biggest rappers. And he's putting them on like a deep dubstep song. Like he's changed his style so much. But like I listened to the album last night for the first time because it came out. The second one came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I was fucking mind blown, dude.
Yeah.
Like almost like to tears of how much this album is going to change the landscape
What
of
he's done
music.
with that genre.
Yeah, well, because like he was always like this bro step, dubstep guy.
He was the like carrot top.
He was.
Because it was the one that everybody knew.
Yeah.
It was like the cliche because it was just the one that it's like being like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the one that everybody knows.
But his sound has evolved so much to where he can take these pop stars and put them on these dance tracks.
Yeah.
And these are going to be fucking, it's going to take it to the main, like it's going to take dance music to a new mainstream.
Yeah.
Skrillex already did that back in the day.
Sure.
But like but he wasn't working with like Biebers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now he can do it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, no producer in LA are making pop songs that sound nearly as amazing.
good as this.
It's incredible what like these dance music producers are doing with pop music. Flume did it with like his newest album. Like Rufus Del Sol have done it, and like they're taking. You're listening to dance music and you're not even fucking realizing it, and it's really about to become like it's already been the next wave. You've already heard it so much
I feel like
over
you're
the
telling
years.
me about Bitcoin in 2002.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, dance music. I mean, like the wave that hip hop had and have still.
Yeah.
Dance music's about to be that thing, man. Because the thing is, somebody making music on a computer by themselves in a room is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
But the quality of things that you're getting from that are just to a new fucking level. So
Well,
if I'm
and
gonna
the festivals have gotten so popular.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's no other festival that comes to what an electric music festival can be.
No, because dance music is at the forefront of production.
Yeah.
And all new crazy production that comes out with sound, lights, lasers, you have it. Dance music is at the forefront of it because a fucking rap show with all that production makes 0 sense. A band with that much production doesn't make any fucking sense because you can't flex it the same way you can flex it with dance music.
Yeah.
You know, it's all, and so
And the artists that are being made, like how you were saying, you've spent on these visuals. I mean, the visual artists are a whole nother.
I mean, I bring my VJ with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
You know, he's part of the TVBOO touring crew.
Dude,
now.
I saw a Tipper and Android Jones.
Oh my God, I've seen that too.
It was amazing. And
insane.
Android Jones was just as much on the bill. And like you go to the festival and it was all like he had multiple exhibits that were all just his art.
Yeah.
And I was like, his art matches so perfectly with this music.
Yeah. So that's why, like, I feel like dance music is about to. I mean, it's already massive.
Yeah.
But it's really about to hit another fucking wave. Just because, honestly, because of this Skrillex album, man. I suggest it to anybody who likes listening to fucking very, very good music.
It's like when Run DMC and Aerosmith teamed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Rick Rubin have anything to do with? I'm just kidding.
Run DM. Who was the country album that?
Little Nas X and
No, there was like another. It was like
I'm working
Billy
on
Ray Cyrus?
I'm working on a country EP right now.
Fuck yeah.
I'm calling it. It's a mix between EDM and country. I'm calling it YEDM.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And it's
dude.
fucking. I'm almost done with it. It's really fucking good.
I love how authentic you are.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I'm
is
just
the
trying to make it a hoedown, man.
What is that fucking like redneck rave? I don't know. I think it's just called a redneck rave, but they did like a big music festival on some dude's property.
A gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah, that is definitely. See, that's another one I would love to check out.
Oh, I'm a Juggalo, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight
No
up.
shit.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
man. Yo, whoop, whoop, baby.
Yeah, he used to be down.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
dude.
down with the clown, son.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love.
Well,
Fucking,
and those guys
I've ruined
fucking are
multiple
doing-
dates by wearing Juggalo merch.
I love that, man.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like those guys are definitely, I mean, doing their own thing, and they have people tagging along and doing similar stuff, but there's no other, especially when they started.
It's literally underground. Yeah, that's like the epitome of it.
And to be like, to be in this art form or a art form and be like, it's all about creating your own opportunities, to where you've made your own fucking music festival and made your own fucking
label.
Yeah, day of the year on
the
some
lore
genre. Yeah, it's
you know,
crazy.
all the different cards and the Dark Carnival, what it represents to all these people, how there's like this huge...
You got to be a part of something,
It's
dude.
a religion.
Yeah, it's the same reason people believe in God.
Yeah.
It's because they give them something to fucking empower them, you know?
Yeah.
You believe in God, dude?
Unfortunately not.
Got you.
Yeah.
I struggle with it here and there.
I just like, I'm a firm believer of like karma and the universe.
Yeah.
And putting out like good intentions so there will be come back your way. But I don't feel like there's like a, I mean, I believe in the universe.
Gotcha.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
A higher power.
No judgment from me, man.
No, I didn't think so. But I think if I was to put a finger on it, it would be manifesting and basically.
I believe in a God, man. I pray at times, but I don't know what I'm praying to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like, you know, in a way, like I like to think that in a way, kind of what you're saying, good, like karma, I think good is God.
Yeah.
So whenever something good happens to something, I'm like, that's God's work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I definitely think that
That's the positive power in the universe.
I definitely think there's a God that loves me.
Yeah.
And I'll go to church sometimes, and it's not, I don't necessarily know if I believe in a Jesus Christ, but I'm not opposed to it. You know, I definitely think there's things to take away from it, and so I'll go there with open minds. And
have you tried going to like different types of churches or?
Dude, I went to a black church once, man.
Yeah.
That shit's lit.
I heard.
Dude,
Fucking
I've
lit.
been to black funerals. That's a party. Not because there's a black person dead.
That's his hobby, dude. That's his hobby. He likes to go to the black funerals.
I got a tour and
I don't
going
know
down.
who this dead dude is, but I enjoy their relatives because you guys are legit.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I think that's also just you, like you saying, being open minded and willing to enjoy whatever is put in front of you.
Yeah, because I come from a very Christian household.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And but
it's hard to shake those.
They never forced it down on me.
Well,
too.
and I feel like you're also not like brainwashed or like at least taken over to where like this is the right way. Like obviously, that's the one problem that I think a lot of people have with religion is like, if you don't believe in what I believe in, you're wrong.
No, man, I'm not brainwashed.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is still the president.
I'm not. Let's run it back again.
Make America dance again.
4 more years. Run it back.
For real, things have gotten boring.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I got them nothing
America's
on my plate to
asleep
worry
at the
about.
wheel.
Let's bring it back, dude.
I mean, even that's the one thing he did
second
have
coming,
was
dude.
fucking
Entertainment, dude.
for
Even
sure.
when he got kicked off of Twitter, it was so sad, man. I remember, man, people would get upset about what he was saying on Twitter.
I think I literally downloaded Twitter because of Trump.
Dude, it was.
I was like, I gotta see what
He
this
was
is.
my favorite fucking brand on Twitter, dude.
Yeah.
Because I see like Biden tweeting and stuff. I'm like, he's not tweeting that.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to fucking work an iPhone.
No.
But then fucking Trump's on there. You're like, that's definitely him, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking-
dude.
Everyone's
Like,
like,
no
I don't
one
think
even-
you should be saying this, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it.
No one even screened it before he pressed
No,
it.
I think he would
all he
sneak
had to do was tweet. That's
I
all he had to
imagine-
do. Press the button and it's worldwide.
He didn't have a manager, dude. It was
No.
his manager been like, dude, Trump, we
Do
gotta
you
talk.
remember like in school when you'd like put your phone underneath the desk?
Yeah.
I bet you he's doing that in meetings.
Oh no, hell no! I bet she's up front doing it. He's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, what are y'all gonna do?"
He's like, yeah, watch this. He goes,
He does the like speak to text.
He's like, "Say that again. I'll fucking send this right now."
I guarantee you.
He uses that as a
easily
threat
do
to get what he wants.
So you want me to send this, or you want me to press the fire these missile buttons?
Fuck, wrong app. Damn it, dude.
Do you want me to fire these missiles, or just tweet?
Dude, whenever he tweeted, it was like with North Korea, he's like basically daring them to bomb us.
Yeah,
That
I
was
know.
one of the most big dick shit I'd ever seen in my
Well,
life.
I do remember that
Rocket
one for
Man.
sure.
Dude, that was insane. He's like, "Yeah, fucking do it. I dare you."
Yeah, a double dog.
Yeah.
I got fucking millions
Dude,
of people on my hands.
When he
Do it.
threatened to buy that country, I think it was like the Netherlands, and they were like, "We're not going to sell the Netherlands." He posted a photo of Trump Tower on top of the country and said, I promise I won't do this.
So that's funny, dude. That is hilarious.
That's the thing.
He took that Sharpie and moved the hurricane at one point.
Do I agree with this politics? I don't know, dude, but he was entertaining as shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got a fucking Idaho public school system GED where I don't know any fucking politics. They didn't teach us that shit.
I don't know either, man. I stayed out of it majority of my life. I said I wasn't gonna pay attention to stuff unless it started actually affecting me, and then it did.
Yeah.
Because of COVID shit. Like I was out of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I literally was on it was a co-headline tour. Mm-hmm. I was in the middle of it. We were just about to hit the stride, and and it was gone. And it was literally the biggest. It felt like my whole life was working to that fucking 1 month of touring, because we'd already been on tour for like 2 months, but that 1 month we had the 25 shows in 30 days, and it felt like my whole life was working to always wanted to have a month like that.
And lights out.
Yeah, then it was gone.
I mean, it was a similar thing with. I mean, comedy, same thing. I remember 2 nights before we were like at Comedy Works doing Thick Skin, and people were getting weird and wild, and then all of a sudden it fucking was gone.
Did you ever do any like low key COVID comedy shows?
Oh yeah, we were doing backyards and barbecues.
Yep.
That's where I started.
I did a barn, dude.
Yeah,
I
we did
started
parking
in a backyard.
lots. We did. I'm surprised we didn't get a barn in our.
Austin's pretty famous for hosting the mobile mic.
I ran a mobile mic, which is just an open mic outside of another open mic.
Nice.
Because I would just do it in the back of my Ford Ranger.
Nice.
And we'd go to parks and shit.
Oh yeah, we do pop-ups in the park.
That's awesome.
Where
dude.
we just like riff with people on their workout.
That's awesome, man. Dude, my first time ever DJing a party was a barn.
That's tight as fuck.
Yeah, it was a
that
barn.
Seems like it fits you.
It worked. Dude, I was straight up in a barn with fucking, and we were using
I feel like that'd be a funny stage setup too.
Dude,
I was
plugged into this guy's fucking Silverado. He had a fucking decked out system in that thing, dude. I was plugged up into that.
Dude, the Taboo
tight.
barn burner, and you do a new show in a barn.
I want to do a trailer park party. So we're like,
You rent out the trailer park?
exactly for the weekend. It's like a festival.
Oh my
that'd
god,
be
dude.
dope as fuck.
Yeah, you can rent out a fucking trailer.
Yeah, it would be
The stages are on top of trailers.
Dude, I guarantee you can get Sunnyvale if you guys wanted to do it in Canada.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I want to do it, man. Like
Yeah.
that's literally like if I could throw a music festival, I'd want to do it in a trailer park.
That'd be so sick.
I don't think that's ever been done. Not that I heard of.
Yeah, send an invite. When's the next time you're playing in Denver? I want to go check it
I
out.
can't say.
Okay,
I'll tell you after.
no worries. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's so cool.
But I will list you to it, man. I'll let you come check it out.
That's
for
legit
sure.
so cool. I wish that I could be like,
For sure. Yeah, because like I mean, even just a little like on YouTube, you had like a Mission Ballroom set.
I'm doing a Sonic Bloom. That's in Rye. It's like an hour and a half out of here. I'll be DJing that, and
It's a big one.
I'll say it. I was holding on to it, but what are they gonna do? I'll be I'm doing comedy at the festival too.
Okay,
So they booked the DJ set. I have like a midnight set on the main
Sonic?
stage, which is fun, and then I'm doing stand up there.
That's tight.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's tight.
damn, dude, that's awesome. That's one of the biggest here too.
yeah, I'm excited about it, man.
That's See, like I'm not educated on the music.
It's a big festival.
Well, like the festival scene, like the one we went to, Sasquatch Festival, but that was like a different in general. I used to go to Warped Tour when I was like early teens.
Yeah, I went to Warped Tour for like 6 years in a row.
Yeah, that was like same
I love that style of music still.
And it was fun, and I'd still we went to Punk and Drublic the last 2 years just to get like that nostalgic. I literally said at one point, was like, I haven't seen this band in 15 years. And I was like, that makes me feel old as fuck.
Dude, I love that style of music, man. I listen to everything, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to a lot of country music, too, and dance music, and metal, and pop, and rock, and R&B. Like, it's a
I think the more you're open to, the more you're educated about.
Yeah, man. If it makes me dance, sing, or feel a certain way, I'm into it. I don't care the genre.
For sure. Tight. That's a great outlook to have on, I think, anything. Is just feeling it.
Yeah.
Mitchell Draper, is there any questions you have for me?
That is usually how we round them off. Is any questions for Austin? I forgot about that segment.
We haven't recorded in like a long time.
Really?
Yeah,
like
the last one was like
couple weeks.
Spaghetti Jake.
Yeah.
You know Spaghetti.
I have any questions for you, man? I don't think so, dude. It would feel unnatural at this point. Any questions I had came up in the conversation.
yeah.
Have you ever been to an orgy?
I've had one, yeah. I had one. Dude, it was awful.
Yeah,
it was.
It takes so. It is like he's asking because I'm a sexual deviant, and that's why
I am too, man.
Yeah. It's hard to. Yeah,
I am too, dude.
Let's
not
have a better one.
It was
yeah,
not,
dude. That's the next.
It was my girlfriend at the time's idea.
Yeah,
and so it was me and like 5 other chicks, and I thought that this was gay, so I called one of my buddies. I called one of my buddies. I was like, dude, I got to get some more dick in here.
Yeah, I mean, 5 women is a lot.
It's a lot.
You're
dude.
like, hey, dude, I got some stage time for you if you want to come through.
And so I called my buddy. And
I'm
I'm like, dude, listen, what are you doing? He's like, I'm driving home. I said, you want to be in an orgy? And he just goes, yes. He didn't ask any questions. He just came.
Like that scene in what's that? Like the Town where Jeremy Renner and. You guys might not know Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck just comes in and he's like, "We're about to beat the fuck out of some people. No questions asked. You can't know what it's about." And he's like, "Let's go."
Sick. But dude, we were doing the orgy, and then in the middle of it, my girlfriend just stands up and she goes, "Stop!" And everyone's just like shocked, and she just runs out the room.
Whoa!
And I have to go chase her, but the vibe is over. Orgy's done.
Yeah.
None of us could look each other in the eye. I remember the next morning we all stayed at the place. And then we woke up. Our buddy came over and he brought like breakfast for everybody. And he was like, he noticed something was weird. And he was like, "Dude, what happened last night?" And we had to tell him, bro. Like we told him later, but not that we weren't talking about it. So it wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, it's like a bad date, but with like 7 other people you have to see the next day.
Yeah, that wasn't a good experience, man.
Well, I mean.
He'll take you to a better one.
No, you I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem if you put it out on your stage at a music festival. Just like,
nah, man,
we're having an orgy after this. You would.
Oh, dude,
you would pack the place.
It would. Sex to be called.
I try to be.
Sex.
I try to be behaved nowadays.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Because, I mean, I've seen people that I know personally, their whole careers have gotten ruined because of, just being deviants and stuff like that, just getting canceled. Obviously they were doing some stuff wrong, but, like, sometimes you don't know if you're doing something wrong at that moment. So I'm just trying to take myself out of that situation.
Yeah, not even putting yourself in the
Well, and
position.
I think as long as you're having still enough fun, it's not like, I mean, yeah. Power to you. Power to you.
But god damn it, do I want to.
It is fun.
It is fun, man. I've been a whore for a long time.
Well, like, even if you did like a lifestyle event show or whatever, like there's like some swingers clubs in town.
There's also
like,
comedy shows. I've seen this guy perform fully nude.
Yeah, I've done nude comedy.
That's awesome.
It was fun. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah.
I won't find the nude one, but
that's fun, dude. I'd do something like that.
And the whole audience gets naked too.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the audience is encouraged to be
It's the
nude
space for that kind of thing. They set it up with like, hey, we're about to get a little kinky.
I take my clothes off on stage all the time.
For sure.
Like all the time. I'm not kidding. Like I do it all the time.
Yeah, I think I saw some photos of just like you and your skimpies for sure.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck, man.
Skimpies.
I like to have fun. I like to fuck around, dude. Have fun.
That's what it's all
dude.
about.
Yeah, dude.
That's what you should live your life.
That's 100% the vibe I've gotten.
Hell yeah.
Your brand is having fun, dude. And I can't tell you how much I love that.
Oh, man. I appreciate that, man. Hell yeah.
We need that.
It's been a fucking joy, I think. I don't know. Evan, is there anything else you want to touch on?
I could go another 3 hours, but we don't
honestly,
have to.
We'll have you back anything.
Yeah, man,
dude.
absolutely.
I'm glad you're in the scene.
Your podcast is huge. How long have you been doing the podcast?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. The first episode came out the first week of 2020.
Nice.
And I kept it going during the pandemic, doing it through Zoom, but now it's all in-person stuff.
Yeah, because it seems like it's very much music related.
Yeah, for the most part. I want to branch out, but, I had the owner of Illegal Pete's on the show.
Oh, tight.
That was really cool. I've had festival owners. I had a music lawyer on the podcast. I have a lot. It's not just like the DJs. I like to get
You're highlighting the industry.
Mm-hmm. So, but it's very that focus. I mean, I've had some rappers on too, but I'd like to break out and get some comedians on the show.
Yeah.
And so, but that's just right now it's just mainly on the music side, just because that's where the majority of my demographic is.
For sure.
And what's the name?
Talks with Taboo.
Yeah. Talks with Taboo.
Yep.
Talks with Taboo. Check it out. I'll tell my 4 listeners that they'll check it out.
And then do you want to throw your Instagram handle?
At Music by Taboo.
Because you need more followers.
At Music by Taboo.
When we exchanged Instagrams, like, because we've only, started talking maybe like a week or two ago, or a couple weeks ago.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. It's a weird interaction when I have that with other comedians, because I try not to talk about it as much to other comedians.
Well, and I think that's just staying humble.
Yeah, but it's because like I ran into situations where I instantly start getting treated differently.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep your milk separated from your meat.
I want you to like me because I'm good at comedy, not because I have a big following. You know what I mean? So I have. That's
what I've gotten from you. Even your energy in the room. You just seem so respectful to what the comedy mic that's happening is.
Yeah, I try to be, man. But I've literally had times where I'm like, I'm trying to follow them, and then they'll follow me back, and they'll be like, yo, what do you do? Yeah, like the fuck.
Like it says so in my bio. Just fucking look at it.
Figure it out, dude.
It literally says in your bio, comedian, producer, DJ, or podcast.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
That was all the points.
I know. I was like, podcast.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, thanks for being
Well, man, I
on
appreciate y'all, man. This has been fun as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all seem fucking cool as shit. And, I feel pretty new to this scene. It was weird having to really start over as a comedian in a new city.
Yeah. Moving scenes sucks.
So, but, y'all have made me feel very welcomed because of this. Y'all were one of the few comedians that have reached out.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate y'all
for
that.
Sure.
Makes me feel a little bit
Well,
welcome.
welcome to Denver, dude.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
stoked to have you.
Thanks, man.
We
Let's
are.
do some cool shit.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
If you ever want roast battle, 2nd and 4th Friday, come check it out.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm
We got
going
one
to.
this Friday.
This
It'll be
Friday,
fun,
yeah, I'll be on tour, but
Yeah.
I'm going to come.
I got
Dude.
bigger, better things.
not like that, man.
I get it. No,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you so much for being here, dude.
Appreciate y'all.
Evan, you got, oh, yeah.